Ya, yang pakai laptop.
Seolah orang.
Alhamdulillah.
Langsung.
Assalamualaikum.
Cek. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
For the first international seminar, the title educational problems and educators in higher education in preparing for the post-pandemic.
This event is held by Bem Fkip Untirta and supported by International Office Untirta.
First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Abir Fawazi.
My name is Ajineni Kalbina,
And we will host you for today's event. And now, please let me welcome to the Honorable Dr. Dase Erwin Juansah as the Dean Faculty of Teacher Training and Education.
The Honorable Mr. Kyle Tan, English language teacher from Maple Leaf Kingsley International School, for our first keynote speaker.
The Honorable, our second keynote speaker, Mr. Bakti Abdullah Putra, Master of International Communication, Macquarie University from Australia.
The Honorable, our moderator for this event, Dr. Ahmad Bayhaki from Untirta.
Last but not least, our guests and audiences.
Further, for this morning agenda, we will sing our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up.
Before we start this agenda, let's do a documentary session first. So, to all audiences, please open up your camera and smile. Operator. Okay. Wait for my count. Are we ready? For commentary? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the next agenda is welcoming speech and opening remarks from Dr. Dase Erwin Juansah, the Dean Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. To Mr. Dase, the time is yours.
Oke, terima kasih. Saya izin menggunakan bahasa Indonesia. Suara saya terdengar?
Dengar.
Oke.
Dengar.
Terima kasih. Ketua Panitia seluruh panitia dan yang lainnya, saya izin menggunakan bahasa Indonesia yang baik dan benar. Karena kebetulan saya jurusannya jurusan pendidikan bahasa Indonesia dan juga pemuja Undang-Undang Bahasa nomor 24 tahun 2009, maka saya izin menggunakan bahasa Indonesia. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam kebajikan, salam sehat untuk kita semua. Yang saya hormati Mr. Kyle, yang saya hormati Mr. Bakti, Pak Bakti dari kampus tetangga kita, kampus di luar negara. Semoga kita tetap sehat. Tidak lupa ini kolega saya yang saya hormati Pak Dr. Ahmad Bem Fkip. Ini kolega saya pada saat S3 bareng-bareng. Tapi di sisi yang lain juga Pak Bem Fkip sama seperti Anda semua, mahasiswa saya dulunya berkuliah dengan saya. Tapi hari ini Pak Bem Fkip menjadi kolega yang baik bagi saya di fakultas. Tidak lupa yang saya hormati Ketua BEM dan Wakil Ketua BEM, seluruh panitia yang terlibat dalam kegiatan seminar internasional ini atau webinar internasional. Tidak lupa juga saya lihat di data ada pembina HMJ, dalam hal ini pembina HMJ Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, serta hadirin yang saya hormati peserta webinar internasional yang diselenggarakan oleh Bem Fkip Universitas Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa. Mari kita panjatkan puji dan syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Alhamdulillah di pagi hari ini kita bisa bersua, bisa bertatap muka walaupun dalam moda daring atau dalam moda maya. Ini kita patut memanjatkan puji dan syukur. Kenapa saya katakan patut memanjatkan puji dan syukur? Alhamdulillah Anda semua panitia diberikan kesehatan dalam situasi pandemik seperti ini. Saya kira ini sesuatu yang luar biasa. Bayangkan saudara, teman, handai tolan yang lain yang hari ini tidak bisa seperti kita semua, mengerang kesakitan. Saya termasuk alumni COVID-19, jadi bisa merasakan bagaimana sakitnya ketika kita tidak bisa beraktivitas seperti ini. Semoga sanak saudara yang lain yang dalam keadaan sakit segera disembuhkan, segera disehatkan kembali, dan selalu berpikir optimis bahwa pandemik ini akan berakhir. Sholawat serta salam semoga tetap tercurah pada junjungan kita Nabi besar Muhammad SAW. Hadirin yang saya hormati, saya secara pribadi atas nama pimpinan lembaga atau pimpinan di Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan mengucapkan terima kasih yang sebesar-besarnya kepada BEM di bawah kepemimpinan Saudara Hakim Maulana dan Saudara Riko beserta seluruh jajarannya. Kenapa saya patut ucapkan terima kasih? Ini namanya mahasiswa. Inilah yang sebenar-benarnya mahasiswa itu yang seperti ini. Artinya dalam situasi apapun, apalagi dalam situasi pandemik seperti ini, tetapi kecerdasan dan menanamkan kecerdasan pada mahasiswa, menanamkan intelektual pada mahasiswa masih bisa dilakukan oleh teman-teman BEM. Ini kebanggaan bagi saya bahwa ternyata hari ini mahasiswa itu tidak selalu atau tidak serta-merta berpikir dan berjuang itu dengan parlemen jalanan. Tetapi mahasiswa itu bisa berpikir dan berjuang dengan menanamkan edukasi, dengan menanamkan nilai-nilai kecerdasan, nilai-nilai inovasi, nilai-nilai kreativitas, dan ini yang digagas oleh teman-teman BEM. Ini luar biasa. Dalam situasi seperti ini, teman-teman BEM masih punya kreativitas yang tinggi, dan saya yakin ini tidak mudah. Kenapa saya katakan tidak mudah? Kita saja hari ini, Pak Mr. Bakti dan Mr. Kyle, di kampus kami sedang dalam keadaan PPKM darurat. Artinya proses aktivitas tidak bisa dilakukan berkumpul seperti halnya bekerja seperti biasa, tetapi dilakukan semuanya melalui via daring. Dan ada beberapa kelemahan yang namanya kegiatan yang dilakukan melalui via daring, pasti ada beberapa masalah. Saya kira dalam konteks fakultas pun itu juga dirasakan bahwa interaksi antar sesama di fakultas terkait dengan hal-hal pekerjaan yang harus dilakukan setiap hari itu menemui kendala. Dan saya yakin ketika kita selalu berpikir optimis, itu bisa kita lalui, dan ini dibuktikan oleh teman-teman BEM. Walaupun dalam situasi pandemi, tetap bisa melaksanakan kegiatan webinar internasional ini. Dengan tema, saya yakin bahwa kita tahu pandemik ini berdampak pada semua aspek, berdampak pada kehidupan, termasuk berdampak pada kegiatan pembelajaran. Dan ini ketika saya berkonsultasi ataupun Hakim dan Riko serta panitia ngobrol dengan kami, dengan saya berpikir bahwa sangat setuju ketika memang ada diskusi yang bisa menjembatani bagaimana menghadapi pembelajaran kita, karena berpikir ke depan akan melakukan tatap muka pasca pandemik ini. Karena mau tidak mau ketika yang namanya pembelajaran hari ini kita semua pembelajarannya daring, tiba-tiba kita juga harus berubah kepada pembelajaran yang sifatnya tatap muka. Mungkin juga ada proses penyesuaian yang tadinya kita bisa belajar sambil tiduran dan lain sebagainya di rumah, tetapi dalam konteks pembelajaran tatap muka mau tidak mau kebiasaan-kebiasaan yang sudah biasa kita lakukan pada masa pandemik, maka harus berubah. Dan juga mungkin ada tantangan lain, saya kira dalam konteks pembelajaran tatap muka di masa yang akan datang, mungkin juga ada masalah-masalah yang lain dalam konteks pembelajaran tatap muka ke depan. Jadi saya kira dengan tema yang digagas oleh teman-teman BEM terkait dengan masalah pendidik dan pendidikan pasca pandemik ini menjadi sebuah tema yang bagus yang diusung oleh teman-teman BEM, dan saya kira dengan pembicara dari luar negeri mungkin ada pengalaman yang berbeda. Hari ini kita berbicara Indonesia, hampir se-Indonesia menggunakan pembelajaran daring yang modalnya hampir sama. Mungkin ketika ada diskusi dengan teman-teman, dengan narasumber yang saya hormati dari luar negeri, mungkin ada sharing komparasi perbandingan moda pembelajaran, moda daring maupun moda tatap muka atau moda luring, sehingga kita bisa mencari ataupun mengambil manfaatnya dari kegiatan hari ini. Sekali lagi saya sangat bersyukur dan sangat bangga. Mudah-mudahan kegiatan ini banyak memberikan wawasan, karena saya kira ini Pak Hakim dan teman-teman, ini animonya yang luar biasa. Ini saya juga patut sampaikan kepada teman-teman panitia bahwa ternyata ini animo peserta itu sangat luar biasa. Sampai saya sebelum hari ini terjadi sempat ngobrol dengan Hakim dengan Riko bahwa juga meminta pamflet ini player ini dikirimkan ke forum dekan dan kolega saya di dekan ataupun kolega yang lain di lembaga lain. Ternyata begitu mau masuk, kuotanya sudah terbatas. Kuotanya hanya 500, artinya kalau saya lihat dari jumlah peserta juga sebagian besar banyaknya mahasiswa kita, mahasiswa pendidikan bahasa Inggris. Ini animo yang luar biasa. Dan ini menandakan bahwa teman-teman BEM, Riko, Hakim, ini menandakan bahwa mahasiswa itu haus yang namanya seperti ini gitu. Haus suasana akademik, suasana yang membuat mereka menambah wawasan, menambah berpikir inovatif dan lain sebagainya. Bukan yang hanya mahasiswa yang hanya sekedar kongkow-kongkow nongkrong di kafe, tapi tidak ada manfaatnya yang luar biasa. Ternyata begitu melihat animo peserta ini sangat banyak sekali, walaupun memang sebagian besar mahasiswa kita misalnya, ini menandakan bahwa mahasiswa haus dengan yang namanya sesuatu yang memang memberikan nilai positif buat pengembangan cara berpikir mereka. Jadi ketika saya dikonfirmasi oleh teman-teman di forum dekan ataupun di teman-teman lembaga yang lain bahwa ternyata tidak bisa masuk karena jumlah kuota Zoom-nya terbatas. Mudah-mudahan ini koordinasi akan terus berjalan, Hakim, Riko, dan teman-teman BEM. Saya kira kami di fakultas sangat terbuka. Malah saya sampaikan ke Hakim, kalau perlu hari ini Anda bisa menyelesaikan 1.000 peserta, menyediakan 1.000 peserta, urusan biaya saya yang tanggung. Ternyata Hakim, Pak, ampun, kita panitia kerepotan ketika harus menyediakan 1.000 peserta. Saya sudah menyediakan hal itu, tetapi ternyata teman-teman BEM tidak siap untuk sampai dengan 1.000 peserta, tetapi tidak masalah. Saya kira kita ke depan harus koordinasi harus lebih baik lagi. Hari ini pun sudah sangat baik, tetapi ke depan terkait dengan kegiatan-kegiatan yang sifatnya kayak gini, webinar ataupun kegiatan yang menambah inovasi pendidikan, yang menambah wawasan pendidikan buat mahasiswa dan guru ataupun peserta yang hadir, saya kira ini harus terus digagas, malah harus lebih diperbanyak sehingga ada manfaat yang didapatkan oleh peserta pada kegiatan-kegiatan yang diikutkan, baik yang dilaksanakan oleh fakultas maupun yang dilaksanakan oleh BEM. Hadirin yang saya hormati, saya kira saya tidak perlu berpanjang lebar. Yang pasti tadi saya sampaikan bahwa saya merasa bangga, bersyukur hari ini Bem Fkip Untirta. Saya baru melihat kayaknya di Untirta, di Fkip hari ini, kegiatan yang sifatnya internasional dilaksanakan dengan jumlah peserta yang sangat banyak. Ini luar biasa. Dan hari ini menunjukkan bahwa BEM bukan lagi berpikir sekupnya lokal, tapi sudah berpikir internasional. Ini sesuatu yang luar biasa. Saya bangga dengan kepemimpinan BEM hari ini. Semoga kegiatan ini terus, yang model seperti ini akan terus tetap digulirkan dan dilaksanakan, dan manfaatnya saya kira sangat banyak. Hadirin, mari kita buka kegiatan webinar internasional masalah pendidikan dan pendidikan tinggi di masa pandemik, pasca pandemik, dengan sama-sama membacakan basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maka kegiatan hari ini webinar internasional yang diselenggarakan oleh Bem Fkip Untirta dibuka secara resmi. Demikian, mohon maaf atas kekurangan. Terima kasih. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih kepada Pak Dase Erwin Juansyah atas sambutannya.
Thank you, Mr. Dase, for the opening and welcoming speech in our conference today.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right now we will start the first session of our conference today. And the keynote speaker, Mr. Bakti Abdillah Putra, which the topic is the paradigm of an educator with a growth mindset. Also, the session will be moderated by Dr. Ahmad Baihaqi. And for our moderator today, Dr. Ahmad Baihaqi, the time is yours. time is yours. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right now we will start the first session of our conference today. And the keynote speaker, Mr. Bakti Abdullah Putra, which the topic is the paradigm of an educator with a growth mindset. Also, this session will be moderated by Dr. Ahmad Bayhaki. And for our moderator today, Dr. Ahmad Bayhaki, the time is yours.
Well, thank you. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, Pak.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
can.
Yeah, I'm really sorry because I tried to join couple of times, and alhamdulillah, hopefully the signal's going stable right now. First of all, I want to say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, hopefully our can manage well, and also hopefully there is no technical problem for that. First of all, I'd like to ask you to say welcome to our keynote speakers, from to Mr. Bakti Abdullah and also to Mr. Kyle. And regarding the duty from the committee for today, I'll be in charge for moderator for this international seminar, accompany Mr. Bakti Abdullah and also Mr. Kyle. Before discussing about the circumstances of our educational and also of our higher education, of course, since we had known that in Indonesian cultures, Indonesian system, let's say, especially for higher education, we know about the three dimensions of higher education. Of course, all of students here as the participants, when we talk about higher education system, it's not only deal with teaching and also learning. We do also deal with research and also community service. Three dimension of higher education, or we already known as Tridharma Perguruan Tinggi. Of course, it promote that each student, since they have study in university, let's say, not only with the teaching and also learning, but also they should keep contact with research and also with the community service. Besides, in this pandemic situation, those three dimensions of higher education, as we had known that teaching and learning and also research and also community service can manage well. Because, yeah, for instance, when we talk about distance learning by using platform like Zoom or Google Meet, let's say, or Microsoft Teams, there will be many technical terms, and even when we talk about research and also about community service. So regarding this issue, alhamdulillah, today we have two experts here, Mr. Bakti Abdullah and also Mr. Kyle. Will discuss, will elaborate, of course, and also will explore more about those issues. And especially Mr. Bakti Abdullah will discuss about the problems and also the challenge for higher education, especially in Indonesian context. Before we have further discussion with Mr. Bakti Abdullah, let me inform to all participants here that Mr. Bakti Abdullah Putra, he was born in Pandeglang, 10 July 1991. So yeah, Yeah, as our dean already told us that Sebakti Abdillah is from Indonesia, of course. He live in Perumahan Padma Serbong, ya, in Curug Gunung Sindur, Kabupaten Bogor. For correspondence, you may contact him for further, let's say, communication. Abdillah.bakti@gmail.com. And his current profile is teaching Pembangunan University and currently involved as one of the faculty members for Communication Study Program, Faculty of Humanities and Business. Besides teaching, he also has interest in media arts and social issues. Before join Pembangunan University, of course, he completed master degree in international communication from Mackay University, Sydney, Australia, with grade average 3.58 in 2018. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear participants, please welcome Mr. Bakti Abdillah. And inshallah we have around an hour, Pak Bakti Abdillah, ya, to have further discussion, to have further, let's say, how we can interact among students, especially university students, regarding the problems and also the challenge for our next higher education in Indonesia. So, Mr. Bakti Abdillah, please.
Thank you, Pak Ahmad, for the warm opening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, thank you for your attendance in this international webinar. I am honored to be invited by Universitas Sultan Agung Kertayasa to be one of the speakers here. I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Bakti. Actually, I want to correct a little bit from Pak Ahmad that I was born in Palembang, not Pandeglang. So it was across the island, actually. But right, yeah. I live in Bogor now, teaching in Universitas Pembangunan Jaya in Banten province as well. Before, okay, just let me show the slide.
In Tangerang, ya?
In Tangerang, Pak. Yes. Sorry, the committee, could you please switch me as a host because I can't share the screen. Excuse me, the committee, could you please turn me into the host?
Yeah, I beg your pardon, the committee to allow Pak Bakti, yeah, as the host, co-host.
So, Pak Ahmad, you actually are based in Serang?
Pardon, Pak Bakti, yeah?
You are based or living in Serang, actually?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
Serang and also teaching Sultan Agung Kertayasa University.
Yeah. Okay. I already went around Banten, Pak. Okay. Okay, share.
Okay, done.
Okay, share, yeah. This is the title that I would like to bring up in this program this morning, the faculty's role in communicating pandemic to reopen education. This is a little bit about myself. My name is Bakti, and then I did my undergrad in Pajajaran University in Sumedang, majoring in international relations, and then I continued my education in Macquarie University, international communication. And then I have teaching experience at Sampurna University under Faculty of Education since 2019 until this year, and then I moved to Tangerang, to Universitas Pembangunan Jaya to focus on the Communications Studies Department. Okay. This is the communication goals of any faculty, the ideal ones of any faculty that can reach to overcome this pandemic, to prepare the classes to be open after the pandemic. The first, the faculty should distribute the information and education about COVID-19 to all member staffs and students. This is like the most important, the most essential step that the faculty should start. Second one, give some links for public service, like any nearest clinics, hospitals, the reliable sources, and of course assistance, probably where the oxygens can be available or where the vaccinations are held. Those are the important links that we need to share with students and all stakeholders. The third one, encourage the whole faculty to implement strict health protocol if we want to reopen the education, starting from the hand sanitizers, wearing mask, and then avoid the crowds, keeping the distance, and all maintaining the immunity. The fourth one, raise the awareness about stigmatization, discrimination, and mental health. This one thing that we should not forget as well. Because in this difficult situation, we need to care for our mental too. And we should not discriminate our relatives or friends or other classmates, faculty members who are positive in COVID-19. They need support, they need help. So we should not avoid them. The last one is avoid misinformations or hoaxes, which are a lot spreading around media, news, social media, and news. Okay. The actions, there are 3 strategic communications should be implemented. Who are our target audience, and also what channels that we are going to use, and to educate the viewers or the public with health literacy. Strategic communications, the faculty leaders especially, and the members, they need to facilitate the school to reopen the school after the pandemic. And facilitating means that they need to provide protocols, of course, and the real procedures, official procedures and informations to all staff, students, including the parents as well. Second one is the target audience and also the channels. All clear procedures and informations have to be delivered to the faculty members, the staff, and the parents as well. And they can use some channels like school email, memo, or schools or university social media to spread the updates. And don't forget about health literacy. It's current term in this pandemic. Health literacy is humans' capacity to address the education and communication of health. How aware we are about the health conditions, physically and also mentally, in this kind of time. And the materials about health, information about health updates should be published by the faculty as clear as possible to make the audience, to make the public understand. Okay, now the communication techniques that faculty can do or can start to empower our students and also society to support this school reopening. The first is campaign. Campaign is like the most common, most familiar way to spread the influence, to spread the positivity. We can use platform, let's say posters or social media that familiar, anything that familiar to audience, even like WhatsApp message, that can be helpful. And engage the audience with two-way communications. For example, if the university or school using instant or text messengers, reply some relevant questions coming from the students or parents and give them the data or helpful information about the health facility. The third one, referring the reliable sources and formats. Visualizations should be more creative to attract the audience. So here, the example of video campaign. Hopefully you can hear the audio, so I will play it.
Sarah. She is excited to be in school. She enjoys meeting and playing with her friends, especially with Abby and Adam. Sarah knows that things are different now due to COVID. She wants to keep herself, her family, and her friends safe. Let's see what Sarah can do to defeat COVID. Before leaving home, Sarah needs to be prepared. She should put on a mask and keep an extra mask with her in case one gets wet or dirty. She can also carry hand sanitizer with her for personal use. Also, because COVID is so contagious, Sarah should keep her own books, paper, pencils, pens, and snacks and avoid sharing. When around others, Sarah should keep her nose and mouth covered with a mask or a cloth. COVID is very contagious. It spreads by tiny droplets that come from infected people when they talk, laugh, cough, or sneeze. These invisible droplets can go as far as 6 feet. People with COVID may not have any symptoms for 2 weeks or any symptoms at all, and they can still spread the virus to others. That's why Sarah cannot tell who may be spreading the virus around her. If everyone keeps a mask on, then everyone is safe. Masks also protect Sarah from inhaling the virus and touching her face with her hands. When meeting her friends, Sarah should avoid handshakes or hugs. They should keep a safe distance of 6 feet as much as possible. This is equal to 2 baseball bats. This is especially important if someone is not wearing a mask. By doing this, they can safely talk, laugh, and play. Inside the class, all students should sit apart. Follow the school rules for keeping a safe distance, keeping your mask on, and avoid sharing items as much as possible. Avoid crowding in one place and wait for your turn. Sarah should wash her hands frequently with soap for 20 seconds or use hand sanitizer that has at least 60% alcohol in it. Soap and alcohol kill coronavirus. Sarah should wash her hands, especially after playing with friends, before and after eating, after using items that other people have touched, after using the bathroom, and when returning home. When reaching home, Sarah should take off her shoes outside or at the entrance. She should wash her hands up to her elbows with soap and water, wash her face, and change her clothes right away. It's okay to wash these clothes with the rest of the laundry. If any child is feeling ill, has fever, cough, or stuffy nose, or has any new symptoms, they should not go to school. Parents should inform the school and keep sick children at home.
By taking these steps, Sarah can keep herself, her family, and friends safe. So can you. We all have a role in keeping each other safe and fighting COVID. Keep a safe distance and wear a mask, and still enjoy your time with friends at school. Inspire others with your actions, because good friends care for each other.
Staying 6 feet apart is important to avoid COVID. But how far is 6 feet? It's the size of a bed, width of a car, 2 cricket bats, an elephant's trunk, jump of a frog, or 8 soccer balls. Can you think of other things that are 6 feet long? Stay healthy and healthy.
Okay, very creative. This is one of the examples to students, yeah, even to public, if the school wants to reopen, and we need to give this campaign before the school really opens, and then welcome the students to creatively deliver the good message of keeping our health, maintaining our health, and also implement the protocols. And every university and school, I'm sure that they have at least someone who is really good in creating or editing the video like this. Next, sorry. Next slide is the partnership. Faculty or school can work together with some local businesses to get some products, or other research institutions. Usually university will have research institutions partnership to cooperate in some programs to produce some items such as masks, hand sanitizers, face shield, and anything else. or even like loans in a way to strengthen our economy in these difficult situations. Here's one of the example from Texas Christian University in the United States. Okay, how they cooperate with the business to produce the healthy kids.
Hi, my name is Hannah. I am a senior history major from Bozeman, Montana, and today I'm going to be showing you the TCU Student Health Kit. These kits will be distributed to students upon move-in and will be able to be picked up by off-campus students at a time next week that will be determined. The first thing in the TCU Student Health Kit is this safety opener. It works on doors and buttons to minimize contact. The second thing is this hand sanitizer. It comes on a carabiner so you can attach it to your backpack and take it with you. Then we have the reusable face covering and the digital thermometer, and it all comes in this reusable bag. Finally, we have this reusable water bottle and the student pledge, which details the symptoms of COVID, talks about what to do if you think you may have it. It also tells us that it's our responsibility to protect ourselves, protect each other, and protect the campus. Protect the purple.
Okay, and that is another example how a university can cooperate with business to create a new brand or a campaign within a product to promote the health and also to promote the safety during COVID-19 pandemic. There were like masks, hand sanitizers that the girl showed, and then tumbler, digital thermometer, brochure, all about the procedures and informations related to COVID-19. This is like a really practical and also helpful way for attracting the students to come back to the school. And it's all depending on the budget and how wide the networking of the university or school is. At least if the school or university want to provide healthy kids, basically students or people out there need hand sanitizer and also the mask. We are not necessarily provide the other items such as like tumbler or digital thermometer if the budget is quite high, but this mask and hand sanitizers are the most essential ones. Webinar with the experts. Schools or faculty can invite health experts, doctors, or health practitioners, epidemiologists, and experts in education issues, social issues, to make sure and also to convince the students, faculty members, and parents as well. If the school reopens and they make sure that the activity will be safe. And an experts, a good reference can bring data, can bring reliable sources to deliver and to give some guarantee that the implementations of school reopening will be safe. The experts in policymaking or in educations or in health, they can give insights, they can offer some solutions to school. And of course, all of the solutions are based with data and also reliable sources. Your webinar is very common. It's one of the example a school can do. Schools with experts can make focus group discussion or just a webinar and let the parents or also students to have Q&A sessions. And then contact tracing. After vaccination campaign, we should not neglect the importance of contact tracing because each one of us is potential to be contagious by COVID-19, and we need to be aware who has contact with us, who has contact with us before we get sick, before we tested positive. Okay, hopefully not, but it's a necessary step to do. We can use the communication chain to trace the spread of COVID-19, okay, by some apps, by texting them, yeah, announcing the people who were around us if we get positive. This yearly measure is very important to lower the risk of the outbreak. I will show you, probably most of you are already familiar with this video coming from our neighbor country, Singapore. And I consider this like the best contact tracing video, like a social campaign for the region, even like the world, to reopen the society. Let's watch.
Hey Singapore, a warm welcome aboard. There's no better place than our little red dot. Please give us your attention for the safety briefing, because we're going on a journey to a whole new beginning.
We have 3 new strategies to get us safely there. We hurry up, faster, share.
We're covering up our testing to detect cases early.
We're actively testing, so you don't have to worry.
We've got different tests now for different needs.
Let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate.
You can even test at home now if you follow my lead. Grab a self-test kit and remove it from the box. Slip the swab in the nose, just a few seconds tops.
Before you take out, remember your token. Store it safely in your pocket, you'll be using it up. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Make sure your mobile phone is always switched on. I'll check in with this app before I'm done with this rap. We'll speed up vaccinations for the young and the old. When it's your turn to jack, be brave, just go. In the likely event of a country's reopening, vaccinate, stay safe, it'll keep Singapore going.
Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate.
In the new normal, COVID-19 will not dominate our lives. To keep our people safe while reopening progressively, we have to test, we have to trace, we have to vaccinate.
To everyone in Singapore, thank you for playing your part. Let's move safely into the new normal, because no virus will keep us apart.
Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test, let's trace, let's vaccinate. Let's test.
Yeah, what a great video from the Singaporean government. They work together from all levels, from the people, the prime minister level, to create this creative yet very informative video. And with the great number of populations in our country, we are also able actually to create such channel and then campaign. Because we usually do not really see how important the communication aspect is. We get our people to lower the number, lower the case without sympathize on their real situations. But we also forget how we can approach them, how we can communicate the importance of vaccinations and also contact tracing. And I also hope our faculties and schools in our country can learn from our neighbor. Okay. Next is positive influencers. Faculty and schools can engage with some influencers, public figures, especially the ones who have positive records. Okay, they are relatively young people who knows how to use media in optimum way in their best versions and give some influence to the viewers. They can campaign on preventing misinformations or hoaxes about COVID-19 across the media. They usually use TikTok or Instagram, and now Instagram also has Reels, or even from YouTube. Okay, I think most of you are also familiar with this woman. She is Maudia Yunda. She's one of the influencers in educations, in arts as well. She just graduated from a prestigious university in the world, from Stanford. And she has a YouTube channel, Instagram account as well, to empower the young people and also young women to reach their dream, especially in reaching higher educations. And influencers can also can also move together with other younger students, to be more adjustable with the situations, okay, and also to maintain their health, and also do the good lifestyle in this kind of situations. But again, we still have challenges in the pandemic, especially the social stigma. We usually refer someone with COVID as negative. Yeah, we don't want to be around them. Yeah, of course, the virus-wise, we don't want to get sick as well, but we cannot just put them away in the society. They need support, and we also need to do the contact tracing. Okay, so we need each other in this case. Second one, avoid making assumptions to certain group of people, certain race. People coming from this country are more vulnerable and more prone to COVID. People coming from this culture, this ethnicity, it is pointless to consider those stereotypical thinking in this kind of situation. And then the last one is, instead of stigma, focus on clarifying the rumors and misconceptions around the virus. And all students must have experienced like quarantine fatigue. There's like a tiredness, feeling tired of the new lifestyle, staying at home for longer time, studying in their room without meeting them and without socializing. It also happens to the adults as well, where they work and they cannot go outside, like to hang out, like to meet their colleagues as well. But there are three recommendations from the faculty that they can offer to the students. For example, let students walk or exercise in open space, and also avoid a crowd to make them refreshed. Faculty can provide some aid to students with low socioeconomic background. Faculty can help some parents who are laid off from their workplace, or for those who have small enterprises, small entrepreneurship. The faculty can support them and allow the students, especially university students, adult students, to study from library, because library is not such a crowded place, or working space in some buildings, like a working space where they can use the Wi-Fi and comfortable studying space for certain time, right? Not for every day or certain time, because students need also some refreshment. Okay, we don't stop here. I still have a quiz, let's say like assessment from my quote unquote lecture here. Okay, I will share you Kahoot game. Okay, these are the references. Okay. Wait a moment. I am preparing the quiz. So now you can prepare your device and make sure the connection is quite good to run the online quiz. Okay, ready? Okay, this is the pen. So committee, please help the others to join. 3814011. I will give you around 5 minutes to get into the quiz first. So you can use your nicknames in this game. And I don't know whether the committee already prepared some merchandise or not for this. And all of the contents and questions are related to the topic that I already present. Okay, keep coming, keep coming.
Excuse me, sir. How to join the Kahoot?
You can go to Kahoot in Google, just type Kahoot and then open the website. Open the website and then enter the pin. It's easy. It's easy.
Okay.
I give you around 5 minutes. Again, recall what I already gave you during the lecture. It's like an exam. Wow, quite a lot. "51 participants already. There will be 8 questions, 2 kinds of questions. The first is the multiple choice. Second one is true or false. I will give statement.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like highly competitive because the participants are so many. It's like my first Kahoot game with many participants. Around 70s.
Oh enggak, maksudnya semalam cuma 31 ya, Mbak. Karena kan udah jam 9 lewat, ya kan? Setengah 10. Hah?
80, 81, 82 now. Hopefully the quiz will run smoothly. It won't be like buffering because of the number of participants. Approaching 90 now. 90 already. Make it 100. if it already reaches 100, so probably we can start it because time is ticking. Okay. Coming up. 4 more students, 3 more, and we can start. One more students, please. Okay, 100, 101. Okay, you ready? Must be ready. Okay, we can start. It's called the webinar quiz. Number 1, which one is not included in faculty's communication goals? Yeah, mostly can answer correctly. Encourage the whole faculty to go outside. No, not to go outside, but welcome back to the school with protocols. Give some links about health service, that's correct. Raise the awareness about mental health, yes, agree. And distribute the reliable information. Okay, next, so who will be in the top 5? Lutfi, okay, Lutfi is the fastest one to answer. Rafiq, second, Chabila, Alfia, and then Resti Vigati. Okay, second question. True or false? Strategic communication is all about facilitating school with official protocols and information for facing the pandemic. I already clearly stated true. Okay, true. The top 5. Okay, now Rafiq. Okay, Rafiq in the first place. Chabila, Resti, Giwati are the ones who are still in top 5. And there are Andra and Dimas who just came. The third question. Who are the target audience of faculty strategic communication? Parents, students, all correct? Or staffs are included or no? Okay, the answer is all correct. Okay, now Chabila. Chabila is the first one, Andra second, Alfia, Yaya, and Dimas. Okay, next. The fourth, we are going halfway. Which country does make the best campaign on contact tracing? Singapore, Italy, Vietnam, or New Zealand? It's very obvious. Oh, there were people who still answered wrong. Okay, Singapore, indeed, yeah. Even though the other countries like Italy, Vietnam, and New Zealand are successful in overcoming the pandemics. Okay, Chabila stays in the positions. Good job. Andra and Dimas still in top 3. Alfian and Cynthia, did you name? Next, the fifth one. Influencers' main role is to use media optimally for campaigning misinformation. True or false? False, yeah, because influencers' main role is to support the true informations and avoid hoaxes. So be careful, yeah. Be careful to choose the influencers as your favorite one. Alfian, okay, now you are the top, the summit, the peak of this game. Cynthia, Safia, Atika, and Afi following. Okay, next. Maudi Ayunda graduated with 2 degrees from Stanford University, USA. True, she got business and also education from Stanford. Remarkable. Oh, Alfian, okay, it's the potential winner here. Cynthia, Atika, Afi, and Chabila is coming back. Okay. Which is not suggested as solution for students overcoming quarantine fatigue? Which is not suggested, remember. Yes, dining out in a cafe or restaurant. It's still restricted. We should follow the regulations from the government. Walking, doing exercise in an open space, that's right, to get some fresh air, to make the body more healthy. And then doing assignments in library working space to make full concentrations, to change the ambience and avoid the crowd. Supporting families with low socioeconomic backgrounds, of course, we need to support them with aids or with additional meals to help them survive in the situations. Okay, Atika is now a potential winner. Andra, Alfian, Chabila, and Cynthia are following. Let's see who will answer the fastest for the last questions. It's a bonus question. What is the latest degree or major that the speaker earned? If you pay attention to my short bio. Both of my degrees were begun with international term, international. What international major? Yes, mostly answered. Right. Okay. This is a bonus question and yes, international communication. Okay, the podium, Joanna Safiera is the third place. Alfian, you are the runner-up, and the winner is Andra Safero. Okay. Congratulations for the top 3. Okay. Thank you, students Untirta, the committee, for giving me the opportunity in this occasion. And now I will give it back to our moderator, Pak Ahmad. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Bakti. It's a nice presentation, and also challenging the students to have more interest and also need more participation in managing this pandemic. A key point that you have already informed to us here about the health literacy and also about quarantine fatigue. About the health literacy, most of us, as we have known that many information about hoaxes and also about the information of casualties, about the victims, So as a student, of course, I really suggest you, all of the participants here, about the terms of health literacy as we had discussed with Pak Bakti, about the importance of health literacy. It means how we can promote our society, how we can promote at least our family, not to keep intact more about the casualties, about the victims, because we need to increase our energy, we have three mottos: aman, imun, and amin to improve those three key points that already promoted by our government. Well, Pak Bakti already asked you to have a further discussion. So, you have further question or commentaries as already informed by the committee of this international seminar. You can ask directly to Pak Bakti with raise your hand, or you can type on the chat room about the question, also commentaries or further clarification, let's say, to Pak Bakti. So as moderator, I really invite you to have further discussion with Pak Bakti. Please. From 283, around 233 participants here. And Pak Bakti, thank you for reminding me. You was not born in Pandeglang in Palembang. I assume that I say Palembang, but Pandeglang. Eh?
Pandeglang.
Yeah, because I was from Pandeglang. I was born in Pandeglang.
But I have been to Pandeglang, Pak. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see. But I haven't been to Palembang.
Mm.
To Lampung and only Bengkulu.
Okay.
Thank you. Please, to all participants here, you have further questions or let's say commentaries to have regarding the topic they already presented by Pak Bakti about the faculty, how should the faculty member take role? How should the faculty member take part in this pandemic situation? To participants, please, you may ask directly to Pak Bakti, or you may type on the chat room, of course. Oh, it seems already participant already understood your presentation, or they it seems they amazed with your Kahoot games. Eh? Don't forget the language, because Pak Bakti also from Indonesian, so he will understand what you had told today. Because all the participants are not from English department only, Pak Bakti, yeah, but also from other department, especially from Faculty of Teacher Training Education. So Anda tidak perlu khawatir about the language. You may use Indonesian karena Pak Bakti juga originally comes from Indonesia. He was born in Palembang. So don't be hesitate about using English, no problem. Ada? Okay. We have a question, Pak Bakti, in the chat room from Oce Luciana, perhaps. We know that so many rumors and hoax about COVID. So how to counter, let's say, or how to clarify to the people? Please, Pak Bakti.
Yeah, thank you for the questions from Oce,
Yeah.
Luciana. How to counter the hoaxes around COVID is to find the data. We can use the Google. Yeah, we can use the Google. Go to the government website. Yeah, or go to the doctor's Instagram account. You can capture it, screenshot, and then you will find the data on it. So there is no other way to counter the hoaxes other than showing it by data. Thank you, Pak. Yeah. Yeah, that's all.
So it means is it possible for us here to find any reliable sources, let's say, to collect or to get the valid data. If you have sources or you have information about any sites, let's say, or the data, valid data, let's say, that inform the true information about COVID. Would you mind to share on us here, Pak Bakti?
For example, from WhatsApp Messenger, government has COVID-19 official WhatsApp chat with the blue, COVID19.go.id with the green check, which is the reliable sources if we want to find the number of the case, the victims, and also the map or how far or how wide the COVID-19 already spread. And we can go to YouTube channel like Najwa's or Narasi TV, interviews with doctors like the Dr. Siti Fadil Supari, Dr. Tirta, who can give like the real statement about the true information around COVID. So then just go to random Instagram account or random Twitter account. So don't be careful with your finger before you forward the message.
Yeah, that's the reliable source that you can use.
Yeah.
So I do really suggest to minimize TikTok, yeah.
Yeah.
Use your data to collect, to get the valid and also reliable data regarding COVID.
Yeah.
Ya, bukan berarti tidak boleh, tapi kurangi TikTok and so on. Okay.
Yeah, don't
next
focus
question.
too much on Instagram.
According to your opinion, what is going to be the biggest challenge in implementing teaching and learning activities in post-pandemic education? The biggest challenge, according to your opinion, from Suharyanti Simeka.
Okay, in post-pandemic education, the first is to convince the students and the parents that the situations are already safe. That is hard, actually, and Suharyanti, that's hard because not everyone feels safe enough to go outside and go back to the activity, and not everyone is in the full healthy conditions, because probably some of us already has let's say like a generic disease, that can be triggered because of COVID. That's the first. Second one,
comorbid,
comorbid. Okay, and then the second one, to campaign about the importance of vaccinations and contact tracing. That's the challenge. We are currently doing it to, let's say, push people to get vaccinated. And even though we already push and give some links about vaccination informations, vaccination locations, and again, some group of people do not believe in the medicine, because of some theories or I don't know, some beliefs from figures in this country, and they don't want to be traced because they are afraid of the stigma or being a COVID positive. Now, the third thing as a challenge in post-pandemic educations is to arrange the curriculum and also lesson plan. Okay, I assume that in the beginning, the new beginning, probably not 100% of the students can enter the class. I think it will take turns or even like mixed learning path between online and offline learning. And to arrange those two kind of learning modes, it's not easy for teachers or lecturers. That's the three challenges that I can explain. Thank you.
Next question from Muhammad Andra Savero. want to ask something, informing something that is not necessarily accepted or trusted by people, even the information is shared by government. So how can people believe that the true information is shared? How to convince the people? Bakti mungkin ya.
Yeah. Like this, we have right to publish the information from the government, but we don't have the obligatory, and also we cannot demand them to believe or not. But as long as we already did it, we already did the right thing to give the right informations, and it's on them. We cannot be like perfect evidence for other people who are afraid of COVID, but they can see their surroundings. They can see how frequent the ambulance are going, and they can see the victims, the casualties, like Pak Ahmad said, patients in the hospital, the tiredness of the medical officers. Those are like the real evidence around us now. We, the ones who give the information, we don't have the obligatory or mandatory to become the evidence, but just see what happens in society. Okay.
Because some Indonesian people still do not believe not only about the vaccine, about the medicine, but also about the as COVID is already exists or not. Because yeah, especially people who live in far area, in remote area, they do not believe is it exist or not. Yeah. So that's our job, especially for all of the students here, to convince, to inform the true information to all of the people, to all of the society. Okay, still from Suharyanti, Pak Bhakti, what do you think we can do the erase the fear about COVID? Some students might continue their worries about their health, even though the campaign is everywhere. We can, but the fear of COVID, how to eliminate, let's say.
Get vaccinated. I think get vaccinated is like the most practical and the closest way we can do to at least make our body and also our condition safe. And after vaccinated, you just do your usual activities or go outside with protocols. It's like the mask, and then avoid crowding. So the first is vaccinations, get vaccinated. Second one is protocols. Okay. If like the other way campaigns cannot be done, and we have to take the consequence. If we just stay in the place, we do not go outside again, we don't want to socialize, we don't want to do lab activities, practical activities. If later school is reopened, just take the consequences. So vaccinated and protocol. Okay.
From Intan Nurjanah, next question, Pak Bhakti. You got a lot of question here.
It's okay.
For your nice presentation also, of course. And how to increase motivation when studying online class? Maybe for me, going to campus makes excited because I can meet friends, have fun, doing a lot of activities in campus and so on and so on. This is only the question, the only question from Intan, but from all of us here, how we can start our class offline, let's say.
Yeah, I already experienced teaching online around 1.5 years, starting from the previous university where I worked. And no one lecturer or teacher say that teaching online class is easy and also fun. So that's why we create interactive activity, for example, like Kahoot, online quiz, or videos. Those are the most practical and also most realistic way that we can do in online class. And of course, I admit it, as an educator, it's not easy. And even I am a communication lecturer, I want to be in the real class so I can talk I can have conversations and students can do role play, do public speaking activities in the class. So there is no such a perfect way in teaching motivating students in online class to be more interactive. But we can offer them like quiz, of course, quiz, videos, and online discussions, I can say, because it's limited. We are limited now.
Thank you. Next, we got question from for area from Jusmar Ervin from SMKN Senayang, Riau. Oh ya, bagaimana seharusnya kita menyikapi tentang COVID ini? How should, how apa ini? What do you think, Pak Bakti?
It's actually like a grand philosophical questions for everyone. How we should face the COVID. Stay normal. Don't
panic.
Don't panic. Don't get too much exaggerations about this virus and this outbreak. But again, we should be careful. It's okay to go outside if you really need it. If you really need it, go outside. Whatever the errands or whatever the issues that you have outside, you still to maintain the protocols. And if you want to socialize, if you really need to meet your friends, just do it by the virtual video. But again, if you really need meet the persons, I suggest, or we suggest to do the test first. If you are afraid to meet the strangers or other people, be patient. Just be patient. Okay. I used to like traveling. I used to have a social life as well. Same now. I like to make complaints, but again, what can we do, right? What can we do? What else? If you have small enterprise, please make as possible as you can if you can do it online. If not, if you have like a small business in delivering meals, make it on delivery, or find a creative way to make some money from this situation. But
so the key point is don't panic. Going normal. Okay. We have another questions. No, from the we have the question from Abri about vaccination. I live in a place where a lot of people still don't want to be vaccinated. That's our problem now, because of rumors that someone died after being vaccinated. So, how is about the information about the vaccination, of course?
Check up or consult yourself to a doctor. That's the best answer I can get. If you cannot reach the big hospital, just go to the nearest clinic or health center in your community or in your area. Consult with the doctor first. If you don't believe with the articles, don't believe with the internet posts, see them. Check your body up before you get vaccinated.
Have you ever vaccinated?
Yes, but from the previous university, twice with Sinovac.
Well, it seems there is no further question or commentaries from the participants, Pak Bakti. Would you mind to give your, let's say, concluding remarks or the key points to remind us here, especially to all of the students, because the participant is not only from Sultan Ageng Tirta University, but also from the outside of this university, and even some of students come from senior high school. Yeah. So
Yeah.
key point or your concluding remarks about this pandemic situation, especially related to our teaching and learning process.
Yeah. I live with a spouse who were former teacher and teaching online. I also have a sister who thinks the situation is very difficult having two kids in online school and online class. So I think it's already quite long to keep our students in online class. And I support later after this PPKM, if students suggest schools to reopen, I support it because I already heard a lot of challenges from teachers and also from parents. And hopefully we can follow it with good protocols again. Yeah, we need to consider the mental side as well, not the physical. Not always about the physical, about the fear of the virus, the fear of the getting sick, but also our mental. Students also cannot focus 100% in online class. They may do other activities in their devices, but again, they also miss their friends. Okay, probably that is the thing that make them motivated in school. So later, my point is, Pak Ahmad, if the government suggests schools to reopen after this PPKM, I agree with that, as long as the strict protocols are still maintained. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks, for your closing. The key point is physical yes, mental more yes begitu ya.
Yeah, Pak. Exactly.
Okay. I'd like to ask the committee of this international webinar to Hakim and all of the committees. Is there any further agenda to Mr. Bhakti, or we continue to second speaker, Mr. Kyle? Hello, the committee. I'd like to ask your confirmation about this presentation from Pak Bhakti. Okay. Or Mr. Kai already joined?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hi, hello. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Are we going to start my session?
Let me inform later.
Okay.
We're still waiting for Mr. Bhakti.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Let me inform you.
I think that's all from me, but or if the committee still has.
Yes, thank you, Pak Bhakti, for your presentation, for your information. Best regards. Ya, salam untuk keluarga semua in Curug ya. Okay, thank you. Me myself as the representative of this international webinar, as a representative from the committee, Bem Fkip Untirta, like to say deepest salutation, also gratitude. Yeah. Please, the host, saya kembalikan to host.
Okay, thank you very much to Mr. Bhakti Abdullah Putra and Dr. Ahmad Bayhaqi for insight knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bhakti Abdullah Putra, for delivering the material, which the topic is the faculty as reflective practitioner in emergency situation during pandemic. Okay, for all audiences, just stay tuned in this conference today because we have a prize for 2 lucky winners and we will announce in the end of the agenda. Okay, before we go to the next session, we're going to show you a performance from Perform Art Education of Sultan Ageng Tirta University. So, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy.
Terus ada antri kayak gini-gini ya, suaranya udah bagus, kameranya luar biasa. Tapi pas lagi ada
Tergantung si Mr. Kyle.
belajar juga kan, kabel iya dan kabel lagi.
Okay, thank you for Perform Art Education of Sultan Hamid Indonesia University for a very good performance of traditional dancing performance. Okay, let's continue to the last session. Okay.
Kenapa dinyanyiin lagi?
The session keynote speaker is Mr. Kyle Tam from Maple Leaf Kingsley International School, Malaysia, with the topic is the paradigm of an educators with a growth mindset. Also, this session will be moderated by Dr. Ahmad Bayhaki. And for our moderators today, with honor, Dr. Ahmad Bayhaki, the time is yours.
Thank you for the host for allowing me to keep in charge for this second presentation. we have further discussion and also presentation from our second speaker, Sir Kyle. Before we have further discussion with Mr. Kyle, to all participants, let me inform his ground. He has full name Kyle Tam. Hopefully my pronunciation is correct. Has worked the ground as an English language teacher in Maple Leaf Kingsley International School. His expertise in teaching the Cambridge EGE first language English subjects. Moreover, he got also some experiences and also awards from many institution. For instance, he got certificate in English language teaching to adults, that, and champion speakers in Toastmaster International, GPA Australia Big Prize, Chancellor's Letter of Commendation, Taylor's World Class Scholarships, and also Sri Dr. Jeffrey Intern Scholarship. Well, Sir Kyle, I'd like to say welcome to Indonesia. Yeah, even though our presentation do in online, hopefully it's not reduce the meaning of our presentation, of our discussion here. So, and I do really hope that all of the audience can comprehend well, can understand well from your presentation, and to Mr. Kyle.
All right. I certainly hope so. Saya boleh berbahasa Melayu, tapi tak tahu berbahasa Indonesia.
Quite similar, bahasa Melayu and Indonesia.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. But guys, I really hope that you can give me some feedback if you don't really understand what I'm saying. Please let me know. I'll try my level best to explain to you. Hello. Co-host.
Hello, admin. I can see the slide.
Right. So, my presentation today.
Okay, good.
To the moderator, can you let me know once I can start?
You may start your presentation, Sky. We have already seen your presentation.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you guys are fixing something technical. All right. Okay, guys. Let me just test my screen really quickly to see if I can actually go into the presenter's mode. Okay, guys, hello. Can you confirm with me if you are able to see my presentation over here? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything is going on.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, guys, welcome. Welcome so much. Thank you so much for having me, Untirta. And it's really a great pleasure. Thank you so much for the invitation to be a presenter for today. And I am actually assigned with such a challenging topic whereby we talk about the paradigm of educators with a growth mindset. Okay, now guys, for our activities today, for my present today, I would like you guys to actually find a piece of paper as well, because after this, we are actually doing an activity together, all right, to see how far you are actually adopting or adapting to the growth mindset concept, all right? Okay, so guys, this is our topic for today, the paradigm of educators with a growth mindset. And thank you so much to the moderator, to the Dr. Udi, who actually invited me to this talk. It's really great pleasure, and I can't wait to actually have a chat with you at the end of today's session. So just to set some ground rules in today's lesson is that at any point of time, if you need to speak to me, all right, at any point of time, please let me know in the chat box, all right? And I'll be able to accommodate accordingly. Right, perfect. Guys, I'm really sorry at this juncture. Can I really quickly fix my screen for a second? Because I can't see myself. A second. Sorry guys, there's some technical difficulty over here. Okay. Right, give me a second. Okay guys, I would really appreciate it if you guys can leave the chat towards the end of the session, because I'm not too sure what's wrong with my screen over here. It's not functioning real well. And okay, guys, can I just confirm once more that you can see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay.
On. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, guys, just to introduce myself, I am Kyle, all right? And I'm an English language teacher for many years. I've been teaching for close to 9 to 10 years right now, okay? I first started off as a university tutor, where I tutor accounting for business. Okay, I'm from a business faculty, but somehow I just end up teaching the English language. And I think that's a very rich experience that I can share with you, that I have both tertiary education experience as well as a high school teacher. And on the side, I'm also a tutor for this subject, the first language English IGCSE, which is an exam board by the Cambridge University. All right. So I've been doing all this kind of qualifications, as you can see here. I have a master's in educational leadership from the Queen's University Belfast in the UK, where I met Dr. Udi. All right. And of course, right after that, I was also trained as a teacher when I was studying in Belfast, doing the certificate in English language teaching to adults, CELTA, under the International House Belfast. This is a level 7 certificate acknowledged by the UCAS in the UK, right? And of course, I have my bachelor's degree, which is my basic degree in commerce. As you can tell, I used to be an accountant. All right, I used to be an accountant, and I work in one of the big 4 firms in the world. Okay, it's an MNC, and they deal with, I was with the tax division. And after a while, I realized that accounting or crunching numbers on a daily basis is not really my calling, and therefore I moved on to teaching. All right. And ever since then, I have been doing this for 9 years. All right. And it's been a really long time. Okay. Which is a journey that you guys will be embarking on. All right. Right. Perfect. So this is my profile, and I've been teaching more than 9, close to 10 years right now. All right, guys, without further ado, let's go to our presentation for today. All right, now, guys, in the beginning, I would really like to set some background, okay, some foundation or some assumptions that we need to understand when it comes to the teaching profession, okay? Our assumption for today's presentation is that all teachers are equal, all right? So we need to assume that regardless of your age, nationality, qualification, experience, your background, your skin color, all teachers are equal. But guys, I'm really, really sad to say that unfortunately, it is not really equal in the real world. Okay, but just for today's presentation, I would like us to assume that we are all equal, regardless of subjects as well. Okay, all right, because we are talking about growth mindset where opportunities and prospects are most important. All right. Okay. So this is also the assumption that these are all my experience. These are all my assumptions. And what I've gone through as a teacher and my observation along the way is what we're going to cover for today's talk. All right. And also, this presentation should not be taken as a complaint. Okay, I'm not complaining, but it's a reality that you guys will need to face because as I understand, all of you are actually training teachers. You will be educators in the near future. All right, maybe your first job, your second job, whatever it may be, you will actually stick to this profession for quite some time. And for that reason, I think that it's sometimes good to have a reality check. Okay, for coming from me, who actually taught for 9 to 10 years, I think I have my own set of thoughts that I would like to share with you guys, and I hope that is not too controversial. It's not scaring. It is not a complaint. So guys, take it with a positive mindset, and because we're talking about growth, all right? Okay, so that's the assumption that I would like to lay for today. And right now, I would like to see some response from you guys. Okay, guys, can you just write down in the chat here, what's your impression of the teaching profession? What do you think is the teaching profession about, or how your journey in the future is going to be like? Why do you want to be a teacher or an educator? Can I see some response really quickly in the group chat? Okay, teachers determined. Quality is a noble profession. Perfect. Suharyanti. That's great. Yeah. All right, guys, just keep them coming. It's a hard job. Oh, all right. Okay. All right, guys, I think you will have like a form perception in your head. You like it. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit visual and I'm a little bit excited sometimes when when I'm teaching or I'm speaking online, but that's what you need, isn't it? Like the previous speaker, Mr. Bhakti, he has actually mentioned that it is quite difficult to teach online, okay? Because it requires more effort from the teachers, okay? You need to really make it. You need to be very animated. You need to move about. You need to talk really clearly, and you need to keep your students entertained at all time. And that's exactly what you'll be facing in the near future, all right? Looks like the dynamic of education is totally changed because of this pandemic, all right? Okay. Now, guys, let's get back on track here. Your impression of the teaching profession, okay? Pendapat kamu tentang seorang pengajar, all right? So when we talk about the impression, it's quite a what you call it, common for us to think that it is a noble profession. Okay, so Suharyanti, that's the first one at the top. It's a very noble profession. We think that educators, they are the world shifters. They are the one who changes the future. They are actually the one who molds the future generation. Correct? Okay. Yeah. Pekerjaannya mulia. Yeah, exactly. All right. So And on top of that, we also have this perception that it is unaffected by the factors of the economy. All right. Actually, guys, this is quite true because, like all other industries out there, all other jobs, you're going to hear people getting laid off. Okay. Kena pecat. Okay. All right. They have been laid off. They have been fired. A lot of people lose their jobs because companies can't pay them. All right. The businessmen are hardly impacted by this pandemic. Uh, what else? People get mental stress. Okay, they don't know what to do. They feel really really sad about all this kind of things that are happening around them. So it's quite difficult. Yeah, it's quite difficult. It is something that we can't avoid. But the teaching profession somehow it's unaffected by the factors of economy. All right, I'll show you the real picture in a bit. Okay, and then when stable work, stable pay, if your government give attention to this job. Yes, exactly. Looks like someone has some like reality check here. All right, that's good. All right, so we have very optimistic outlook. Like for example, whenever we talk about the teaching profession, we always says that, oh, it's great. Yeah, it's perfect of a job. You will not get fired. It's very optimistic outlook. You just like very positive, okay, of a perspective, right? And then after that, we also talk about it having a stable work and stable pay, right? But like do Pangestu, okay, has actually expressed it only if your government gives attention to the job, to the profession, which is quite true. Okay, all right. Really good reality check there, but I'm going to talk about that in the next slide. Okay. And then most importantly, it is very noble because it educates the future generation. Okay. Now, guys, I'm pretty sure that all of you here who are educators, okay, you are motivated by all these kind of factors. One of it, a few of it. You would agree that is a noble profession. I'm molding the future generation. So it's something good to do. Okay. And I am aware that our religions will also teach us that teaching and molding and contributing to the lives of other people so that they change. It's an important factor to consider when it comes to choosing our teaching profession. All right. Okay. So very well on that one. But guys, all this has changed because of pandemic. Okay, as highlighted by the previous speaker, he has rightfully addressed this particular issue whereby it's no longer the same. Okay, our perspective of the teaching profession is no longer the same. In fact, it's very, very different right now. Okay, and what is the reality right now? Okay, with the pandemic, with everyone locked down at home, with your students sitting behind screens, it's no longer true. Well, whatever we have stated out there, you know why? Because, like it or not, the pandemic has impacted the teaching profession. Like, I would like to go back to what I've said just now. As much as we think that the teaching profession is not affected by the economy, it's not true. All right, now, guys, just some reality, just some facts that I'd like to share with you guys is that my school, my personal own school, all right, a lot of teachers are laid off. Okay, I think some statistics here is that if I'm not mistaken, around like 20 over 30 over teachers are laid off from my school alone, just my school alone. We have 160 teachers. Now it's reduced to 130 because a lot of students, they are not attending the primary school, and therefore they are shifted away. Okay, they are basically given an excuse that at first teachers need to take their leaves, need to clear their leaves, and somehow along the way teachers are being laid off. Okay, so it is not unaffected by the economy. It is affected by the economy because all schools, like it or not, guys, especially private sectors, we are motivated by profit. If you are too expensive or they find that you are redundant, you will be put in luck. Okay, so it's um, okay. Sorry, there's some interruption by some students. Some of you, the microphone is switched on. I can hear you. All right. Okay. So, guys, let me continue. Then the second part is that there's no increment. Okay, guys, there's no increment, no no promotion. Okay, so that's the impact of the pandemic. Also, okay, so it is no longer true. What we talk about is very stable job, stable pay, and you're well taken care of, very optimistic outlook. All right, not as what it is before. Okay, right? But that will actually bring us to this. Okay, guys, for those of you who are teaching economics, you probably know how to read this. Okay, so guys, let's look at what we are doing right now, the present state. Okay, in the present state, yeah, everything looks okay. All right, everything is not that bad. Yeah, but it's just a flat line in the present because everything it's stable. It's a stable job. There's a you get increments. Increments are quite stable. Hello, guys. Can you still hear me?
Yes, gone. Style. I
Okay.
think you forgot to turn off your microphone.
I see. Okay. All right. Some technical glitch here. I'm not too sure why I can't see my mouse on my screen, guys. I'm really, really sorry. Okay. But at any point of time, guys, if you can't see me, can't see my presentation, can't hear me, please let me know in the group chat. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Now, guys, back to what I was talking. So it is quite a flat curve. Okay. And to a lot of people, okay, to a lot of people, especially today during the pandemic, okay, we can see that we're above average, but we're not that far off, okay, or it's just pretty much a straight line because everything is quite stable when it comes to the teaching profession, okay, and some people like that, some people like, okay, all right, that depends on what you're teaching, what you're doing with your life, what you're doing on the side, which is what we're going to talk about in a bit. And guys, for those of you, no, sorry, not those of you, for teachers who are still in the job, it remains unaffected and is just going to go on. It's going to be a flat line, okay, above the plane, okay, above the zero line, which is the timeline down there, okay, you are pretty much unaffected. It's just going to remain flat, okay. But guys, because of the pandemic, a lot of teachers are being laid off, no increment, no promotion. It's kind of being affected by the pandemic is showing a downward trend, and those people will struggle a little bit when it comes to sustaining their lifestyle, in when it comes to maintaining their job, maintaining the profession. So it is not that favorable. Okay, which is why, guys, I would like to actually propose in today's presentation to actually change this pattern. Okay, we do not want this kind of flat line or going down because of the economy, because of the whatever is happening out there, because of the nature of our job, because of how stable it is. Okay, we do not want that because, guys, we need to own up to our teaching profession. Okay, we as teachers, it is a respected profession. Okay, we need to own up to our dignity. We need to bring our value to the table to show to the world that, hey, teaching profession just as good as engineers, as doctors, as whatever other professions. I need you guys to own up to that. Okay, as the members of the education faculty, okay, of your university, you have this role and responsibility to offer your value, to show to other people that, hey, it's a very noble profession that I'm getting in, and I deserve more. Okay, you guys need to have this kind of mindset. Therefore, we touch on growth mindset because I totally believe, I really fully believe that growth mindset is the only way that you will move away from the flat line, the unaffected line, or better, you are far way better than those that are affected by the pandemic, going downwards. Growth mindset going upwards. All right. So basically, guys, I hope that it is your we play our very role as the members of the faculty or people who are in the profession to actually uphold the profession. I think that's something very important that we must do, and therefore we are talking about the growth mindset. All right. Now, guys, I really hope that I have done justice in setting the the basis or the background of our presentation today, because the last thing I want to do is to actually scare you on what's about to happen once you graduate, okay? This doesn't mean that it's a scary world, okay? The profession is still great. It's just that it's up to you what you're gonna do in order to uphold the profession so that you can grow, your students grow as well, okay? So that's what we're looking at for today. So guys, that's the background. We are talking about growth mindset. As much as I've been talking about, what is growth mindset? Can some of you give me some perspective on what is growth mindset? Can you share in the group, guys? What do you think it's growth mindset? Now, this is a time when your paper is going to start working, right? So guys, do not write it on a paper yet. Tell me in the group chat. Let's interact a little. Let's understand if we understand growth mindset in the same way. What is growth mindset? What is your definition of growth mindset?
Pak, definition of growth mindset artinya growth tumbuh.
Yeah.
Apa? Coba bahasa Inggrisin. Iya, jawabnya pakai bahasa Inggris.
Hah?
Kemarin meninggalnya.
Apa?
Tak apa, boleh berbahasa. Think progressively. Very good, Maria. Okay, think progressively. So that's the definition of progression. So you're pretty much moving. Okay, that's what I think you're talking about, Maria. Yeah. It's a very good mindset to increase the. Okay.
If I may speak, Mr. Kyle.
Yes.
So, yeah. So from me, growth mindset is the opposite of fixed mindset. When we don't always feel enough of ourselves, we have a mindset to always develop, to adapt to change, okay, to adapt to change and always improve ourselves to be better. So do not just stay in the fixed situations. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Bhakti. All right, yeah, exactly. Okay, Mr. Bhakti has given a perfect, a very precise definition, okay, to the definition of growth mindset here that we're talking about. And all of you have actually given very good feedback as well. Believe that talent can be developed by Yunvita. Aisha said, thinking for the future. Polita said, effort investment in improving self. That's good. Analyze and to find a solution of what happened around us. Yeah, perfect. Okay, guys. Yeah, I think all of your responses are really good and it actually envelopes the entire concept of growth mindset. Okay, embrace challenges. Perfect. Have persistent, not just consistent. Persistent, consistent. Yeah, yeah, perfect. Persistent on what specifically? This is when we believe that we can improve ourselves over time. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Panjastu. I'm really, really sorry. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, guys. If I'm not, please forgive me. All right. So like Pandu Panjastu said, like have persistence. Well, depends on what you're persistent on. Okay. If you're running to the wall 10 times in hope that you're going to get a different results, then I'm sorry, it's not going to work. All right. So you can be persistent on something, but if it doesn't work, it's time to turn the steering. Okay, I bet all of you know how to drive, yeah? Right? So it's not just about persistent, but what you're persistent on, okay? All right? Always want to learn many things. Exactly. All right? Guys, thank you so much for your definition. All of you, spot on. All right? Yes, guys, it's actually to have the belief that one's talents, intelligence, and abilities can be developed further. Believe that most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work, brains, and very good. Okay, exactly. Okay, so guys, when we look into all this kind of definition, that when it comes to a particular concept, okay, all of you have studied in your research, in your papers, how you guys have been studying about the education world. We always want our mind to grow, okay? As the famous saying goes, if you are not growing, you are dying, okay? And we don't want to end up that way. Okay, and that's a very sensitive topic that whenever we talk about education, we hope that our students will grow, but we somehow forget that we are not growing. Okay, it's very easy for us to fall into that trap because day in, day out, okay, for example, if you're going to teach like, I don't know, like summary and note taking, for example, you just fix on this book. You are just doing this every single day, every single semester. And if you're going to teach for 10 years, touch me guys, I've been using this book for like at least 2 years, okay, for my students. And I have been using this book for the longest time. And we kind of forget that we are growing our students, but we are not growing ourselves. Okay. Except for the researchers, like I'm really sure that your professors, okay, the moderators, Mr. Bhakti, we are all researchers and we are constantly growing. But it is very easy for us to fall into the trap as teachers when we are teaching our students. We're doing the same thing over and over and over again because summary, guys, how many ways to write a summary? That's of only a few ways to write summary. You've been doing that for the longest time. You kind of forgot that we are actually able to develop ourselves further. Okay, so guys, please do not fall into the trap. Do us this favor, okay? By adopting the growth mindset, you actually have to believe that you can actually bring your talents, your intelligence, and abilities a step further. All right, to actually go forward and not actually just stay stagnant like the curve I've just shown you just now. Right? All right. So I hope that does justice to the definition of growth mindset. Let's move on. Okay, now, so guys, what Mr. Bhakti has actually highlighted correctly is that yes, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Okay, the fixed mindset is like, I am who I am. All right, that's it. Take it or leave it. Okay, I'm just gonna be like that. Okay, if it happens, it happens. Okay, I'm like, okay, so that's the mindset of those who are not growing. Okay, these people are either staying stagnant or they die. Okay, over time, because one day, sooner or later, guys, I think for those of you who have been on social media, you probably come across things like people saying that the pandemic happened every 100 years, every 10 years. Okay, so considering that you guys going to be like in your 20s, if not mistaken, okay, if you are in your 20s, in your 30s, the next one's going to come. What are you going to do? If you're going to be in a fixed mindset, I am who I am, if that's how you've been talking to yourself, we have some problems there. Okay. But if you're a growth mindset, you keep telling yourself that, hey, I can achieve more. Hey, I learn more. Hey, I'm empowered. I can do whatever I want. Okay. So this might sound like a motivation talk, guys, but it is a real talk that you guys should not fall into that sphere of stagnancy. Okay, you don't want to be there. Okay, you want to be more than you can. But think about it, guys. I might sound like I'm speaking from a very capitalistic, very opportunistic perspective. But think about it, guys. If you do not have a growth mindset, okay, if you have a fixed mindset, you're only thinking I am who I am, you're not able to help a lot of students. Okay, ask yourself this question: as teachers, as educators, how many students can you teach in a lifetime? Right? All right, thank you. Ask yourself this question: you as a teacher and an individual with 24 hours a day, like anyone else, you need your rest time, you need your family time, you need your fun time, you need your me time. Okay, you how many hours can you dedicate? How many lives can you change in a lifestyle, in a lifetime? Okay, if you do not grow, you can only help this group of students. Okay, but if you can grow, trust me, you'll be able to reach more students than before, and you'll be able to impact even more lives. All right, what we call as pahala, correct? All right, and I know in Islam that you have pahala. The more you educate, the more people that you help, you're gonna get more deeds. Okay, you'll be able to get more merits. Imagine if you're just a fixed mindset, you can only teach this group of students, but with a growth mindset, you get to help even more people. Which one is more beneficial? Of course, gonna go to as this side, growth mindset. right? So guys, let's move on. Okay, now, so guys, I'd like to streamline to actually tell you that you can do much more with the growth mindset, and that's what we are going to do right now. Okay, now guys, before we go into deeper, ask yourself again, is it enough to do just one job and be good at it at this period of time, guys? Just do one job, one teaching job, meaning you just go to school, okay, and then you teach this group of students, you may write your research papers. Is it enough to actually just do one job and be good at it? What do you think, guys? Is this what you have been thinking about? Give it some deeper thoughts. Is it enough to just do one job and be good at it? Because that's what we are taught, correct? I'm not too sure about you, but ever since I was young, a lot of teachers will actually ask me to have a laser focus. Just focus on one thing, run through it, be the best of it, and you'll be able to be successful. All right, that's the talk that I have been brought up with. And this kind of talk, it's slowly getting not that popular. It's getting very infamous right now because it's famous for the wrong reasons. Okay, in my personal opinion, it is not enough to just do one job and be good at it. Not this period of time. It may work in the past, but not really right now. Okay, and secondly, are you confident that you will be unaffected by other factors? Okay, the economy, the politics, okay, the pandemic, your health, your parents' health, okay? Are you confident that you'll not be able to infected by this? Okay, so the teaching profession, it is noble, but it is not bulletproof. Okay, it is not bulletproof. The teaching profession is not bulletproof. It will be affected somehow. All right, and for that reason, guys, I want to move us to actually talk about how we're going to do it. Okay, how are we going to install this growth mindset? Okay, now, guys, because this is just an hour talk, okay, for which I do not know how long I have been talking for already. Okay, how do we do it? Okay, I cannot guide you by the hand because I only spend today with you. Okay, of course, after this, if you choose to connect with me on Facebook, on YouTube, or whatever it is, Instagram, anything, we can definitely do that. But just assuming that I will never be able to see you again. Okay, God knows, maybe a plane may crash my house and I just passed. Okay, how do I do this with you so that you will have this positive growth mindset to last you in the teaching career? Okay, now, guys, I have to say that I'm very comfortable today, okay, with my teaching profession. I'm very comfortable because of my growth mindset, because of my ability to see far beyond just teaching, just getting textbooks and teaching students in school. I get to see more than that. Okay, I'm going to share with you what I'm actually doing in a bit. Okay, but now, guys, what I want you to do is take out a piece of paper. Okay, just get a piece of paper. Okay, a blank piece of paper and turn it horizontally. Okay, right? I want you to start drawing. Okay, to actually plan, because I do not want to leave you guys. Yeah. Okay, and it also kind of show you that this is how I teach in my class. Okay, when I teach in my school, I don't just talk, I want you guys to do something. Okay, and which is what you guys going to do when you're teaching as well. I'm pretty sure is one of the pedagogy in your training. Yeah. All right, now, guys, in my perspective, there are only two things about the growth mindset. Okay, you can quite clearly define the two sides of your life, okay, of the growth mindset. Number one is perfecting the profession, and the second one is expanding the person. Okay, because I believe that all of us, we have two lives. Okay, we are not like cats. Okay, cats have 9 lives. Okay, for us, we have 2 lives. Okay, now which 2 lives am I talking about? Okay, now, so guys, at the top of your paper, I want you guys to write my growth map. Okay, guys, you don't need to make this beautiful right now. You can do that after. Okay, just scribble it through my growth map. And on one side, I want you to label is professional and personal. Okay, guys, like it or not, all of us, we have these 2 lives. Okay, professional life and our personal life. Your professional is career related, and your personal nothing to do with career at all. Okay, so guys, if you can just quickly scribble it on across your paper. All right, yeah. So guys, you need to realize that when it comes to professional, everything in regards to your career, okay? And anything related to your personal life, okay, your love life, your family life, your interest, whatever goes to the personal, okay? Now we're gonna explore how we're gonna do this growth map. Do you actually have a growth mindset, okay? Now, so just gonna move on to the next slide to show you how you're gonna expand this. Okay, let's focus more on the professional side first. Okay, and when it comes to the professional side, because you guys gonna be teachers, okay, you can be anything after this, all right? You can be anyone you want to be, okay? So, but just for the purposes, because all of us are educators, let's just focus on teaching first, okay? Now, I believe that in order for an individual to perform really well in what they do is that most of the time it's not impossible. Most of the time you will have one job, okay? So full-time job, okay? So in this case, because we're all educators, we only focus on teaching, okay? So, but you're gonna fill it up however you want later. If you want to be in business, then you're gonna relate it to business. If you want to be in cooking, then relate it to cooking, all right? So related to teaching, it's basically exactly what you do on a daily basis as a teacher, okay? How to perfect your skills and knowledge, how to boost your teaching credentials. You need to think about those stuff, okay? Now, I'm gonna share with you in my next slide what I have been thinking, the factors that you can fill this map up, okay? You can think about it in a bit. So basically, when it comes to related to teaching, it's basically what you do in the, what is Gada Mel? Sorry, I'm not too sure.
I think the student or the participant speaks to someone else, Mr. Kyle.
Okay, all right.
It's not related to the content.
No worries, thank you so much. So, okay, now related to teaching, you need to ask yourself, how am I going to perfect my skills and knowledge in regards to the subject you're teaching? For example, I teach English, okay? So how am I going to perfect my skills when it comes to grammar, composition, vocabulary, writing, speaking, listening, okay? Reading, okay? How am I going to do that? Next one, how to boost my teaching credentials. Guys, when you graduate, you're going to graduate with just one paper, okay? And I'm sorry to say that one certificate alone is not very sufficient in today's world, okay? You probably need to think about your master's, you think about your PhD. That's why I got my CELTA, but there's so many other qualifications that you can get out there. They might cost money, but it's not impossible. There's scholarships, there are grants, there are bursaries. There are many different ways that you can reach out to that, okay? Now, second part is that it's not related to teaching. It's also important, yeah, guys? You need to think about other areas that will actually support your teaching career, okay? Now, what exactly am I talking about? Let me show you some examples here. So, guys, you related to teaching, you think about your subject knowledge, how you're going to improve that, okay? Are you going to read books? Are you going to go for training? Teach different levels, okay, guys? Now, you probably know this already, that the different levels that you teach, you are exposed to different, number one, level of the degree of difficulty of the subject, okay? The higher levels that you teach, the more difficult the knowledge is, okay? Even if you know what the knowledge is, how are you going to communicate, all right? Now, for example, guys, if you're going to ask me to, okay, explain the E equals to MC squared, explain that. Okay, I'm like, I don't know how to explain that. It's just EMC squared. Just take it. Okay, it's just a formula. Just memorize it. Okay, but that's not how it should be, isn't it? That's a different level. You need to explain what is E. Why is it equals to MC squared? Why do you have to square the number? You know, it's quite difficult. It's quite it takes a lot more than just subject knowledge, but your ability to communicate to that level of students at that level of maturity, okay? And then you're going to think about additional qualifications, okay? Now, this refers to, like, for example, English, okay? Those of you are in the English faculty, Okay, you probably be able to relate more to what I'm about to say. You have your CELTA, you have your Delta, you have Advanced English by British Council, you have so many other. You have PGCE in English, you have QTS, okay? And we also have professional certificates. We talk about your PhD, your master's, your QTS falls under this one, okay, which is qualified teacher status, which is recognized in the UK, okay, in England and Wales. All right, and then we have so many other qualifications. Have you thought about that? Okay, now guys, I want you to quickly take like a minute, okay, just list them down in the professional side related to teaching. Just list down all of them, okay? Can you list out horizontally, okay? List it out horizontally. What are you gonna do in each of these things? Okay, I just want you to list it out, okay? Now guys, do know that what I'm doing right now is that this is a map. It's your plan, okay? How good you are in terms of your growth mindset depends on this plan, okay? If you are able to see that your chart, your tree diagram, it's actually expanding, it means that you have growth mindset, okay? But if you come up with like 1, 2, not enough, okay? You need to think more, because trust me guys, you know you will be able to do more, okay? Like for example me, okay, right now I have my basic degree, I have my master's degree, I have my CELTA. Very soon I'm going to go for my PhD, I'm going to do my IB certificate, I'm going to get my QTS, I'm going to have everything in line. So when it comes to related teaching, it's quite wide, it's quite expensive. All right, you have like extended Broadway. Okay, all right. Now, guys, while you're writing that, let's go to not related to teaching. What do I mean by other specialization? Okay, now, for example, guys, I am teaching English. Okay, the very important thing is that you do not always think about English being grammar, vocabulary, writing essays, what else? Speaking or listening. Okay, it's not that many other specializations when it comes to English. Okay, business English, industrial English. Okay, public speaking, writing workshops. What else? Negotiation skills, persuasion skills, writing skills. I mentioned that. Okay, so there are many specializations, many skills for us to branch out. English is not just English. There are many different types of Englishes. Okay, for those of you who are in the English department, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, now for those of you who are in other divisions, like for example mathematics. Okay, now guys, I feel that mathematics, as objective as you may think it is not that objective. There are many way outs from it as well. Okay, mathematics. Think about it.
Karena lo malu.
Sorry.
Go on, Mr. Kyle. It's one of the participants. Forgot to turn off the microphone.
Oh, I see. Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, mathematics is not as dead as we think. It's not as objective as it may think. Well, me may think. All right. There are many other specialization. Of course, I'm not going to do justice from that. Okay, when it comes to certain formulas, how are you going to apply it to different contexts, different situation, different topics? That's up to you. Okay, then the next one, class management. You got to pick this up as and when you go, how you manage your students, how you manage the classroom. Okay, how you can manage your relationship with your students. Can we be friends? Can we not be friends? How far we can go? You know, sometimes you also meet students with problems like me. I have a lot of students who have like a lot of family problems and all those kind of stuff. And I need to step in sometimes. I need to comfort them. You need to learn all these skills. Okay. Promotion pathway, the next one. Think about how you need to go in with the understanding that you need to grow. Okay, now guys, this is the trap that I talk about the most of the time whenever I talk about growth mindset, whenever I'm giving training to teachers, is that you need to know your promotion pathway. Think about it. Do you know your promotion pathway in the school? Are you going to forever teach this level, or are you going to move higher level? If you're going to move higher level, are you just going to teach that high level and think that you're done? No. Are you going to run projects on the side? Will you be promoted to be the administrator of the school? Are you going to be an academic officer? Are you going to be the curriculum director? Are you going to be a manager of the school to see broader things apart from just working with students? You need to think about that. Do you know your pathway? Okay. And of course, the next one, professional relationship. How are you going to deal with your students? How are you going to deal with your colleagues, with other teachers? You know, sometimes something fun about my department is that I can actually work with other subjects. For example, right now I am, last term, I was working with a business department. Okay, I was working with a business department in business studies, and basically it's how I was training students on writing business proposals. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? Like no one thought about, oh, English, grammar, writing essays, sit for an exam, you're done. Okay, not like that. Okay, you get to collaborate with other departments to think about like, oh, I can actually do more than that. Okay, and lastly, guys, branding. Okay, now I'm not too sure if Indonesia you have this saying. Okay, it's like harimau tinggalkan belalang. Okay, you're gonna leave your legacy as a teacher. How well, how wide, how many students you can teach, okay, will depend on this last factor. Are you able to brand yourself? Are you a subject matter expert? Are you an excellent teacher? Okay, so do people know you? Will people spread the word around and actually look for you for advice? You think about that as well. So guys, I want you guys to take a minute, okay, just to list down everything on this one side in regards to professional life, related to teaching, unrelated to teaching, and your plans for the future. How are you going to do these things? Okay, just list down on both these two branches. Okay, right? I'm going to give you like a very short minute for you guys to do. At this juncture, guys, do you have any question that I can take while waiting for some of you to actually write that down? No?
Well, Kyle, regarding your this awesome presentation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I ever have one of the Muslim expert, you know, as ulama in Malay.
Ulama,
Muslim expert. Yeah, yeah.
Teachers of
If
religion.
you want, yeah, if you want to have a gold, you have to dig. If you want to have a fish, you have to climb. If you want to have a fresh air, you have to climb. It means you're not living in a fixed situation. Yeah, we have to move on. We have to go. Yeah, we have to go on.
Yeah.
So this is a nice presentation. Yeah. Well motivated, of course.
That's definitely a very wise wisdom when it comes to religion, isn't it? Is that even all religions, we are all they're all meant well for human beings to grow. That's something I think it's embedded in all religions teaching, or including the one you have talked about. Okay, and I'm pretty sure in your religion you guys talk about it as well. Because here I actually study a little bit about as well. I'm very interested in religious studies. Which is an area that I delve into, I read about, okay? And yeah, the principles are the same. Thank you very much. There's one case that teacher with double role, how growth mindset if they have 2 or more jobs. Okay, let's leave that for the next one. But what I would like to address here, Luciana, is Luciana, is that it's not asking you to have like 2 or more jobs, okay? I'll share with you a little bit about my life, okay, and in a bit. And I have many jobs, okay? I have many jobs. You guys cannot imagine how many jobs I have, okay? I'll show you in a bit. I'll demonstrate to you how is growth mindset applicable when it comes to your life as a teacher, okay? But thank you for bringing that up. Okay, now guys, I believe that you are pretty okay right now. Okay, let me just move on to the other side. Okay, now we are done with the professional tree. Okay, now let's go to the personal tree, which is non-career related. Okay, a lot of people they will get trapped in this professional world that is all about job, is about going 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. You kind of get forget that, hey, I actually have a life out there, okay? And as a teacher, trust me, guys, you think that you can just leave the office and not think about your job? Sorry, guys, you will somehow need to bring back your homework. Okay, like any other students, you give them homework, you have homework as well. You need to bring them back. To all the professors, all the doctors, all lecturers in here, do you agree? That is not like, okay, I'm done, 9 to 5, I'm done, I'm going home, I'm gonna enjoy myself. It's not that true, okay? So for those of you who actually mentioned that it's a hard job earlier, who was it again? I believe, oh, sorry, I can't move up there. Okay, right. So it is quite hard because you need to carry your job home as well sometimes, and it's not favorable. So when it comes to this, guys, think about your personal life in these 3 C's. Okay, I believe it's called these 3 C's. I labeled them. Okay, the first one, capital, right? How to increase your capacity. When you talk about capital, it's quite realistic. Okay, guys. Let me put this in reality talk. You have a family to support. You have your bills to pay. You need to pay your rent. And then you have your lifestyle to support. You need to feed yourself. You need to sometimes buy yourself something nice, okay, to treat yourself a little. You have a lot of factors to take into, okay? And most of the time, people just forget about like, okay, it's money. We don't talk about money, really? Okay, seriously, we don't talk about money. You have responsibilities that require you to pay for it. So how much capital do you have? Okay, I want you to list out your sources of income and how you're going to grow them. Because if you're going to work for a full-time job, it's quite difficult, I would say. It's difficult for me, all right? So because I love traveling, okay, like Mr. Bhakti, he mentioned he has his personal life just now and he loves traveling, okay? I love traveling too, guys, and I'm sorry, I love Europe. Okay, guys, if you have any opportunities to go to Europe, okay, I would say go for it. Okay, I love Europe. It's just beautiful. It's just a different part of the world. I love Korea as well. For those of you who are Korean fanatics, okay, I love Korea as well, and I travel there. I love Taiwan. I travel all around the world. Do I have the capital to do it? Okay, as a teacher, if I'm fired, there's no hope to that. Okay, if I'm fired, I will be affected and I'm just going to go down. It's going to affect my traveling plans, my ability to support my family. I'm not married, but I have my parents to take care of. I have a house to pay for. I have my car. Think about that. Capital. How are you going to expand on that one? Capabilities. How do you expand your interest? Okay, guys, if you're going to work, you're going to go crazy. Okay, sometimes you need to stay away a little from your work in order to keep yourself sane. It's important. So your capabilities, are you able to expand your interest? For example, some of you, I'm really sure you like singing, okay, or you like, I don't know, you like rock climbing, or like for me, I love traveling. I need to do that, okay? So how am I going to expand this one? Trust me, it's not going to go to waste. It doesn't mean that you're taking lesser time. You're going to take time off from your students. You're a bad teacher. No. A teacher who is sane and healthy in their mind are the one who teach better. Okay? Imagine if you have like all this anger in you, you're going to let it off your student. You're going to scold them. Hey, why are you not doing that? Okay? So sometimes, like it or not, guys, we are emotional beings. Okay? We are human beings. We have feelings. We will feel bored. We will feel sad. We will feel emotional sometimes. How are you going to balance this? So capabilities is another factor you need to include in your growth. All right? And the last one. Okay. Sorry, I think someone's microphone is switched on. Okay, thank you. And then the last one is connection. Okay, guys, you cannot survive by alone. Okay, we are all communal creatures. Okay, we are like animals somehow. We live in a group. It's a community. It's a close-knitted community. All right. Now, guys, I have the opportunity to speak to you today. It's because I get to know, I network really well and connect really well with Dr. Udi. okay? And we became really good friends when we were studying in Belfast. And that kind of lead us to show us prospect that, hey, I actually can speak in your university. And that's why I'm here. And here, I'm connecting with all of you. By the end of the day, you're probably going to forget me, but you will somehow remember like, oh, okay, I've heard of this guy spoke before about growth mindset. That's my connection. Are you able to do that? Okay. Now, a lot of people might think that connection is only related to business people because as a businessman, you need to know more people to expand your business. Not really. As a teacher as well, the ability to speak internationally, the ability to impact more students across border will depend on your connection as well. Okay. Now, some points to consider over here. Okay. To increase your capital, think about what businesses can you go into. Okay. Are you able to sell things at a side? Okay. I'm going to show you in a bit. Okay. This part, my business, okay. My business, in regards to what Luciana, okay, in regards to what Luciana was talking about, my business, what's my business? Okay. My full-time job, I'm a teacher. My business is that I have my tutoring business. Okay, guys, I teach tuition at the side. That's my side income, my part-time income. That's my second job. Okay, my first job, my full-time job is teacher. My part-time job is I'm a tutor. Okay, I teach tuition every single day. Okay, and I earn an income from that. And apart from that, do I just stop there? Sorry, no, I don't just stop there. I'm also a speaker. Okay, I for other talks, other type of trainings, I speak in big events. My events can go up to like 1,000 people sometimes. The smallest is like 5 in corporates. In businesses, I train people in business speaking, in business writing. Okay, guys, you think that business writing is easy? Okay, a lot of people think that, okay, as long as I know English, I know how to write business. Nope, not true. Okay, I train in that. I have a business in there as well. All right, so see, guys, just by this, I already have 3 jobs, but that's not all. Okay, my business, I'm currently setting up, I'm expanding, I'm setting up my Shopee shop. I'm selling stuff. Okay, because I have the capital to do that. Okay, so think about this 4 things. I already have 4 jobs. Luciana, I'll say Luciana. Okay, we already have 4 jobs here. Then investment. I'm investing a lot as well. Okay, I'm investing in property. Okay, I'm investing in property. I am doing my some small shares in stocks and Bitcoin, if you have heard of it. Okay, I'm investing my money as well. All these guys, I have like 6 sources, at least 6 sources of income to actually support what I am doing, my lifestyle. Okay, and that actually enables me to expand my interest, which is my capability. Okay, now guys, at the end of today's presentation, okay, please don't leave yet. Okay, I will show you what I am expanding on my interest. Okay, and one of it is that I have a YouTube channel. Okay, I have a YouTube channel, which guys, I would really appreciate you guys to follow and subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. I do not have a lot at this juncture because I just started, but that's my interest because I love to talk. I love to be on screen. I love to reach out to a lot of people. I love creating content. And that's why I made this a capability of mine, my interest. Okay, I like to speak. I just speak, I record it, I upload to YouTube, I do my Instagram post, I do my Facebook post. Somehow secretively, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I want to be an influencer, okay? Or I want to be a YouTuber, okay? And why do I want to do that? It's not only because of the money, but it's also, guys, like what I've said, I want to be able to reach out to more people. I want to be able to teach more people about different things. Not about English, but about life, about some area of my interest. That's what I'm looking at. All right. So that's my interest, and of course, I love your health as well. Okay, guys, how much you do depends on how healthy you are. So I love bodybuilding. I like to build muscles. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm doing that as well. So every day I make it a point to actually do my workouts. Okay, and then who knows, you get to see me on TikTok doing fitness videos, on YouTube doing fitness videos, and all this kind of stuff. Guys, am I still a teacher? Yes, I am. Okay, pretty sure I am still a teacher, but I want you guys to realize that, and for me, I do not see teaching as just like, okay, grammar, do this, do that. Not only that, are you able to inspire people with what you are doing in your real life? That's what you need to think about as well. Okay, so guys, lay out your interests, your health plans, and capabilities. Okay, and then last one, connection. What are you doing? Okay, now, so we're talking about, sorry guys, because mine is covered by the screen here. Okay, we're talking about your personal contacts. Okay, how many people do you know? All right, how many WhatsApp groups do you have? How many Facebook groups do you have? Are you a part of like an active community that whereby you keep telling them about your experience, keep talking to them, interacting with them? Do you have that? List it down. Then do you have your professional network, like your teachers? Okay, are you constantly contributing to these teachers' network? Okay, but of course, you guys are now currently students. Okay, so if you are ever teaching in a school, like an internship, or you have like your practicum, then you just list it out. Like, what's your professional network? How many people do you know? How many professors do you know? Okay, and lastly, experts. Okay, do you know experts like for example, me myself? Okay, like when we talk about training, when we talk about public speaking, how many people do you know? All right, so you need to list all these things out. Okay, so guys, give it another minute. Once you list out all these, consider what you want. Okay, not only what you can do or what you are doing right now, but think about what you want to happen in near future. I want you to link all of this out. Okay, and if you do this right, you will be able to see it something like this. Okay, now I'm really sorry guys, it's a very small screen, I cannot fit everything here, so I'm just gonna put all this like that. You should be able to see things like that. All right, okay, so pretty much guys, you have your growth map, but that's not the end of it. A lot of people, at the end of the year, 31st of December, you're gonna take a piece of paper out and you're gonna write your resolutions, correct? Yeah, and trust me guys, just respond to me, yes, no. Did your resolution list last till mid of the year? You probably forgot after a month, correct? Yes guys, any one of you do resolutions? Any one of you write like what you want to do? Correct? Yeah, Yunvinda will be able to relate. Okay, so you're probably gonna write on 31st of December, like, oh, next year I want to be better, I want to do this, I want to do that, And then after a month, you're like, whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on the side, and you totally forgot about that list. Okay, because you are not motivated to do it. Okay, you don't know why am I doing it. It's like, okay, I just want to be better, right? Okay, as long as I be better, I don't do bad stuff, I'm good. Okay, and then if you say, oh, I want to be stronger this year, I want to be healthier, and then next month you are eating potato crisp, correct? So it's not sustainable. Why? Because these two lives that you have, your goals for these two lives, they're not related to each other. You view them as separate blocks. Professional, one side, personal, one side. I don't really care. Okay, all right, and you don't teach every day. Okay, you teach from Monday to Friday. Is it the same in Indonesia that you teach Monday to Friday and you have your Saturday and Sunday off? Is it the same? Or you have to teach weekends as well? I'm not too sure about this one. Maybe some of you will be able to tell me. Okay, so, sorry,
Monday to Friday, of course.
Friday. Okay, that's the same then. Okay, so if you teach from Monday to Friday, you're just going to focus on your professional life. Just going to go all out for your professional life, and like, oh, I need to teach, I need to do notes, I need to prepare this, I need to teach this, I need to write this, I need to read about this. Just focus from Monday to Friday, and when you go to the weekend, it's entirely personal. Okay, you don't want to think about work, but sometimes you can't because you just still need to bring back work home, actually still doing it. Okay, personal life, you do not, they're quite separate. But I want you to draw the link right now. Okay, guys, I want you to draw links like what I've done here. For example, if you can see, let's say my IB. Okay, I haven't done my IB yet. I'm gonna do my IB. Okay, if you do not know what IB is, basically another exam board. Okay, IB, International Baccalaureate. Okay, I'm not too sure if it's offered there in Indonesia. International Baccalaureate is a certificate. Why do I need that? Okay, see, I'm linking my IB to tuition. Okay, I get to see that if I take this certificate, I'll be able to teach these students further. And when I get to provide tuition classes, I'm expanding on my business. Okay, I get to see that. So I now have a motivation to actually do IB certificate because I know it's going to open more doors to my business. Okay, and then likewise, I'm going to let's look at being a speaker. Okay, if you link speaker to my tuition, that's another form of my business. If I get to speak in more university, if I get to speak in more schools, if I get to train more people, these people will have a word of mouth like, oh, I remember Kai. Kai is training in this area. So anyone who wants to look for this, look for Kai. Then it's going to grow my tuition, my training business as well. Okay. And then you're going to think about bodybuilding. Why does bodybuilding have things to do with my personal brand? Why does it have to do with my business? For very obvious reasons, right, guys? If I'm bodybuilding, I'm healthier, okay? And then I'll be able to be more confident with myself, with my body, with how I look like. I'll be able to boost other parts of my life, my professional life, okay? Now, guys, sometimes I'm not sure if you remember how it feels to be in the lecture hall. Okay, last time when I stood at the lecture hall, you know how they have like a rostrum on the stage. Okay, last time I used to be very thin. Okay, I used to be very thin, but I'm standing on the stage and I'm just teaching, and I felt really awkward sometimes. Like I'm so thin, I'm so small on the big stage. Okay, so sometimes I will feel like I don't really like to feel. It's a little bit pressing on me and like felt slightly not so confident with myself. Yeah, you're probably gonna have those days as well. So if I get to feel very confident, I'll be able to pace on my stage. Don't you think my students will notice me more? Don't you think they will be able to listen to me more? Okay, so I like to think about all these kind of links, and I want you guys to do that right now. Okay, I want you guys to draw the links between lines. Okay, between these different things that you have drawn on your professional and your personal map. Link them. All right. You may do that now. Okay. Now, guys, why do I want you to do that? Because I want you guys to be able to see what you can focus on, what you can improve in, and how you're going to prioritize your plan. What do you need to do that matters the most at this juncture? Guys, because you are all 20-year-olds, oh, I'm sorry to all the lecturers here, okay, we are slightly older, okay, but for all these young, youthful, young teachers, okay, that's more ahead, that you're just 20-ish, okay? For lecturers who are 20-ish, please do this as well, okay? If you consider yourself as young, we are all young, okay? We're all young, we can all do this, okay? There's so much things far ahead. How are we gonna prioritize? How are we gonna make full use of our time to grow ourselves? Think about it, okay? Once you get this, I want you to look at the middle line and count how many lines actually crosses. Okay, my personal is that at the moment I get to see like maybe 20 links. Okay, you need to count how many lines do you have between, because guys, I want you to be able to see that in order to grow, your personal and your professional life needs to be in hand. Okay, needs to grow hand in hand. They need to be together. Otherwise, it's quite impossible. You will forget. Okay, because you can't draw the links. You don't know what you should do. Why should I do it? Okay, now if I can link both these two areas together and there are at least 20 lines in the middle, you have very strong reasons to do that. Okay, the reason why I am still working out, okay, for I think close to a year, okay, for since the beginning of the pandemic till right now, I have been exercising every day, maybe skip 1 or 2 days in between. I have been consistent throughout because I know why I'm doing it. Okay. So then the second one is that I want you to look at personal branding. That one has the most arrows. Okay. Most arrows. That is your priority that you need to put in more attention. For me, it's personal branding. Okay. Why? Think about it, guys. I have been teaching this for 10 over years. All right. I am confident in telling you that I do not lack when it comes to subject knowledge. Okay. You can just throw me a student right now and I'll be able to teach the syllabus. Okay. For 10 years. Are you kidding me, guys? 10 years and I cannot remember my syllabus. Okay. I can. In fact, I am so specialized in teaching the first language English that I know outside in, inside out of the subject. I don't need to improve my subject knowledge anymore. I am good in the subject. Okay. But now, in order to reach out to more students, I need more people to know me, and that's about personal branding. Okay. So I'm going to focus more on personal branding right now. And then can you see that my PhD only have one? Okay, only has one thing, one arrow. That is my least priority at the moment. I can do that, no problem. I can definitely do that. But it's not my priority at this juncture. So how much time am I going to allocate to growing my PhD, my pathway in PhD will be slightly discounted. Okay, it's not the most important thing that I must do right now, immediately. No. Okay, so guys, later on towards the end of the session, you may share with me what is your priority right now. Okay, how else can you grow according to your growth map? Okay, that's the output I want you guys to be able to produce. Okay, now guys, what is your motivation? Basically, it's what I've shared just now. How do you derive that thing? Okay, basically, guys, that's the end of the growth map. Now we talk about motivation. Don't worry, I'm about to be done, guys. So now you can see that you know what to prioritize. These are all the areas that you can go into. And don't you think that your life is more exciting right now? That you have so many things to do. Okay, it's interesting. And you are growing as an individual. It gives you more hope. That's what I want you guys to feel. That is how growth mindset's supposed to feel like, right? It is not like, okay, it's not like tunnel vision whereby you're closing your eyes like this and you're seeing that you're only hating this way. It's a tunnel vision. Life is not like that, okay? Especially during this pandemic, a lot of people need to have this growth mindset in order to not be affected. Guys, I'm not sure about Indonesia. In Malaysia, we have a lot of people jumping off buildings. Is it happening over there in Indonesia? It's a very sad thing. I know it's not very appropriate for me to bring it up to today's talk, but these are normally the people who cannot see the way out. If you're ever being slapped by the pandemic, being fired, being suppressed at home, locked up at home, you get to see no friends and all this kind of stuff. You need to worry about your money, your income. How am I going to survive tomorrow? How am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to feed my parents? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm about to be done. Thank you so much for reminding me. I appreciate that. Okay. So these are the motivation that you must be able to have, the positivity. Okay. Now, so guys, just going to move on from here. Okay. So guys, find your motivation from the growth map. Have the growth mindset so that you're able to see that you are worth much more. You can do much more than just that. Okay. And lastly, guys, take action. Of course, drawing the map, sticking on the wall, it's not going to help you. It's going to be another New Year resolutions you're going to forget after a month. All right. So do not do that. Okay. Stick to it. Always look at it. All right. Guys, I am also trained in psychology. Okay. I'm a neuro-linguistic programming NLP practitioner. Okay. And I also do hypnosis, hypnotherapy. I do all those kind of stuff. See, guys, I have so many pathways. That's my interest. Okay. Hypnosis is such an interesting topic. I study that as well. All right. So in hypnosis, okay, guys, you need to repeat it so many times that your mind picks up that, oh, that's what I need to do. Okay. And repetition will only instill all this growth mindset. And that's why, guys, your homework after today is I want you to create your vision board. Okay. Now, a lot of people will see vision board like, seriously, are those for kids? Okay. No. Okay. If you're going to think that, oh, it's not going to work really well. Okay. Give it a try again. Okay. Create your vision boards. Pull out pictures that you like. You want to travel to these places. You want to buy that house. Put it up. Okay. What's your plan? What you want to do? And guys, another thing about our mind is that your mind doesn't know what is real. Okay. They do not care about reality. You do not need to care whether or not, okay, for example, you want to stay in a, I don't know, you want to buy a few million, okay, actually, I don't know rupiah, okay. You want to stay in a big house, okay? You want to stay in a palace, okay? If you keep telling your mind that you want to stay in a palace, your mind will not be able to distinguish, is it real? Like, what's a palace? Your subconscious mind will not be able to tell that. And for that reason, guys, I want you guys to be bold when it comes to creating this vision board. Even if it sounds ridiculous, just put it there. I want to be a singer. I want to be taking pictures with Beyonce. I want to take pictures with BTS. Okay, put it there, because your mind will not be able to tell you no if you believe that it's true. Okay, so guys, create this vision board as your homework, of course, along with what I've actually given you today, your personal and professional life. Put that in. Okay, and that's your homework. And guys, I want to end with a note here, with a quotation with this to inspire you guys to actually embark on your journey on the growth mindset, is that remember this, if you are not growing, you are dying. All right. And we don't like that. So thank you very much, guys. That's all about my presentation. I hope that is entertaining. And I hope that you already have your growth mindset in mind, in your hand, in order to do all this kind of things that you are capable of. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I think right now we have our Q&A session. I'm so happy to take any questions that you may have. I'm going to pass it back to the moderator.
Well, thank you for the presentation, Kyle. Such an awesome presentation.
Thank you.
And if you're not growing, you are dying. If you're not going, also you will die. Growing and going.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all participants, Kyle already allow you to have a question, you have further commentaries. You may directly deliver the question on the chat room. Three points that Kyle already informed that you have to focus on you have to improve and also prioritize to grow yourself. So many things already informed. And this is doing myself confess this is awesome presentation. Yeah?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and also it's quite interesting for me that you learn also about neurolinguistic program in NLP.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yes, it is neuro-linguistic programming. I'm actually learning hypnosis, hypnotherapy.
Hypnotherapist, yeah.
Because I believe I'm just very interested with how the mind works, especially during this period of time where everything is being very stressful, people do not see way out. And I'm not sure in Indonesia, but in Malaysia, it's a very popular disease right now. People are very depressed. And that's very sad to look at. So yeah, that's why I'm learning all this kind of stuff. I just find it interesting.
All right. So participants, you have the commentaries or question, Sky. Remind me that we have around 15 until 20 minutes to have question and answer sessions.
Oh, guys, can I ask for a real quick favor from all of you? Okay, guys. Earlier I told you that I've just set up my YouTube channel. Okay, I would like to get some subscribers from this group of you. I would really appreciate it. And here in the group chat, I have attached my YouTube link. All right. If you can click on that link and actually subscribe to my channel, you get to see that in the near future, I will be able to post up even more tips, okay, as teacher, because it's a channel whereby I'm actually helping my students by creating videos for them to learn English, for them to train teachers as well. So all my videos will be there. It's not up yet. I'm in the middle of shooting it. Okay. I would really appreciate, guys, if you can click on that link and subscribe to my channel. I would really
on the chat room.
Yeah, in the
your YouTube.
Sorry.
In the chat room, you have already in the chat room. You have already informed your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've just pasted a link.
Oh, to be committed, you have informed.
Yeah, sorry, I need to send it to everyone in the meeting. Sorry. Okay, here you go. So I would really appreciate it, guys, if you can subscribe and watch my videos. That's my avenue, guys. You guys can do the same because it's really easy, isn't it? To just set up a YouTube channel and just put it up there. Your whatever materials, you'll be able to get it to your students. They can watch it again, you benefit, you get to touch even more lives. Thank you so much, Zihma. Please subscribe, guys. Yeah, guys, while you're doing that, I'm happy to take any of your questions in regards to growth mindset. If you want to know more about my life, like what other areas I'm doing, please ask. Thank you so much, Vitra. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Do you have any questions for me? Oh, okay, we have one here. Sorry, Mr. Ahmed. Oh, not at all. Let me look here. Lim Kotima. Sorry, Mr. Ahmad, your microphone is muted.
Google Meet
the question is how to educate students about the moral value and so on about the character in this online era. Question from Im Hotima.
All right. Okay. I can take that answer that question. All right. Now, basically, you're not out of topic. We are all educators. These kind of questions will stay with us for life. Okay. So now, what about teaching students? Now, being online. Okay. In my perspective, you have done it for so long. Okay. You have done it for so long online. You get to view like online is an interaction. Okay. Students matters is how they behave in your class, okay? And you get to discipline them to behave online as well. Guys, like it or not, right now everyone is going online and is going to go online as well. How are they going to behave when it comes to their online classes will reflect their real life manners as well. If they're going to go through this kind of online thing in the future with other people, are they going to behave well? So I believe that there are manners or discipline to be taught in our online classes to teach them how to behave in class. Online classes will also kind of help them to build how they're going to behave in other online settings that they, whatever, it can be like with their friends, with their meetings, with their college or whatever not. So I think it's pretty much the same thing. Just educate them. For example, a lot of my students do not want to turn on their cameras. Okay, or that they just turn on their microphone and they just talk nonstop. Okay, so how are you going to stop that? That is a form of manners as well, I feel. Of course, you cannot deal with manners. I personally feel that manners, it's also depending on a person's upbringing, about their family. It's not entirely a teacher's job to teach students manners. Okay, yes, you can play a role to that, but there is a limited. You can only teach them in that 1 hour how they're going to behave in class. Then after they're done, the family, the parents. So do not put yourself this kind of burdens on the shoulder too, because it will also be a responsibility.
Hello. Yeah, I just want to remind you of participants. Would you mind to turn off your microphone if you have question? If you have question, you may turn on, so we can manage our presentation and our seminar. Next, Kyle from Aisyah Nur Kamila, how to grow student mindset positively.
Okay, now, guys, I think when it comes to growing the students' mindset is that whenever it comes to class, okay, now students do not know exactly what we're doing. Okay? We as teachers, you need to be able to inculcate the growth mindset in your syllabus, in your curriculum for the day, for the class, for the up to you. The students do not know what you're doing. They're just absorbing like a sponge. So if you're able to inculcate to them, like for example, how I actually inculcate positive growth mindset in my students is that I'm going to tell them, guys, you think you're learning English, just English for you to pass your exam? No, that's not our. You're going to learn English because you're going to use it in the future. All right. A lot of students, they will view it like that, especially in Malaysia, especially in countries where the objective of students studying is not exam. Correct? A lot of students would think that way, and you cannot deny. So when you have students like that, you need to make them realize in your curriculum that, hey, do you know that if you learn English, you will be able to write books? Okay. Do you know that when you are learning English, do you know that you'll be able to speak when you'll be able to study overseas? Do you know that when you learn English, you'll be able to travel abroad and you'll be able to communicate with people well? When you learn English, you sorry, the microphone. Sorry, it's okay. Okay, you get to, sorry, interrupted there, Snuck. So you need to make sure that you're teaching them with the perspective that it's not just to pass exam. Okay, whatever you're teaching them is not just to pass the exam. No, all right, it's more than that. If you get to instill that message, whatever subject that you're teaching, then you'll be able to instill growth mindset in them unknowingly. All right. So I hope that answers the question, Aisha.
Thank you. Next, from Suaryanti, how to keep our mindset stable, so grow stable.
Sorry, come again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Is it by Surhayan?
Yeah, from Suharyanti.
Okay.
Suharyanti, she asked you about how to keep our growth mindset stable, runs well.
Okay, so if you want to keep your growth mindset, that's why I'm asking you to draw the links. Okay, now I always I will pin it up. It's actually on the other wall, is on the other side. Okay, I actually pin up my growth mindset, and I actually have like notes as well. I have like small pieces of paper clipped together on my table that I keep reminding myself, this is what I do. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I do to get there. All right, I have this very clear mind and motivation to actually follow through what I'm doing every single day so that I'm always achieving that. So every day, guys, if you want to remind yourself to keep it stay in place, you need to motivate yourself. You need to feel excited about that goal that you want. Okay, like for example, my YouTube. Okay, I can only imagine it to be, wow, one day I'm going to be a YouTuber, I'm going to be famous. Okay, that makes me feel very excited. And if it excites you, you will be able to do it. You will be more motivated to do that. So it's a question of motivation here to actually sustain you. And you need to be reminded of your growth mind or your growth map all the day. So pin it up on some walls, okay? Put colorful pictures to it, okay? Yeah, so I don't think I want to show you my map because I have like muscle man pictures on the wall. I don't think that's very appropriate. Guys, just a funny side of myself is that I love bodybuilding. I want to be muscular because I want to feel big in front of this, in front of my students, okay? That's why I have all this kind of pictures. I want to be stronger. I want to be more muscular so that I'll be able to give myself that confidence. So yeah, that's how you're going to keep yourself motivated, and remember that you should do it every single day. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, sorry, Pak Ahmad and Mr. Kyle, to interrupt. I think Ibu Suharyanti has the second question, which is the same with me. Saya nak bertanya ke Mr. Kyle.
Okay.
Apa yang Mr. Kyle buat if you are burnt out? How to cope with it? Representing Suharyanti as well. Terima kasih.
What happens, what to do when you're burnt out? Okay. Be it, so be it. Okay, now I would say that if you're burnt out, just throw in the towel. Okay, all right. Guys, we need to realize one thing is that when you are burnt out, it just means that your mind can't cope anymore. Okay, and your mind is just overloaded with information. Whatever you're going to feed it, okay, is going to turn out to be quite bad. Okay, if you are burnt out, what I would do is that I will actually binge on Netflix. Okay, that's me, right? You have your very own way to do it. Okay, I would just allow myself to be human. Okay, because guys, I think having lived for 30 years, okay, I'm revealing my age now. Okay, 30 over years. Okay, I'm not giving you an exact number. Having lived for 30 over years, okay, I'm kind of, there are many things that I realize that are not that important anymore. Okay, you need to keep your list checked. That you're burnt out because of what? Because of your job. Okay, then if it's about your job, then you need to ask yourself, is it worth it that you're going to keep beating yourself up and actually forgo everything else? So that's why burnt out is such a important thing that you need to understand. It doesn't govern you. Guys, you have two lives. Okay, guys? Remember, you have two lives, and your two lives, they are related, but they do not need to be all the time one affecting the other. As much ties that you can tie together, you will be able to prioritize on one sometimes, the other one sometimes. You're gonna break it apart. There's no formula to it. But what I would say is that if you're burnt out, just let it be. Okay. But if you're burnt out because of your teaching, okay, now if it's related to your job, if you're burnt out in your job, then I would actually ask you to consider your motivation on your job again, because everyone's going to go through it. Okay. For me, myself, I'm going to tie it back to how am I going to support my education? For example, guys, I'm writing a book. Okay, I'm writing a book. I'm looking for designers. Anyone designers here who I can hire? Okay, all right. So see, I'm an opportunist. So I'm writing my book. So I'm gonna tell myself, okay, if I'm burnt out, if one day I really burnt to the point that I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna really okay, I'm not gonna be a teacher anymore in a school. Am I afraid? No, I won't be, because guys, I have like 6, 7 source of businesses at the side. I told you, I can still live. Even if I burnt out, I cannot be a full-time teacher. I'm just going to take a rest. I can do that. So when it comes to professionally, I would say do not push yourself too hard, because the last thing we want to see is you going crazy or you jump off the building or whatever. We don't want that to happen. So mental health is so important. So I would say that, yeah, keep yourself in check. I hope I answered that.
Thank you. Pak Bakti, terjawab ya?
Ya, cukup, misalkan.
Terjawab. Next question, Mr. Kyle from Luciana. There is a case, no match between teacher and student or teacher and school, let's say. For example, the teacher shows videos where there is no response from the student, or the teacher made model book, let's say, there is no financial support at all from the school. Yeah, she asked you about your advice to cope or to about the gap, let's say.
Right. Okay. Now, guys, that's when, because I'm talking about growth mindset, I kind of link it back to my presentation as well. Now, guys, first, we have two factors here because there are two stakeholders. Number one is the students. The second one is the school. All right. No, now, when it comes to the students, it's actually really easy business. Okay. If it's not interesting, if you yourself look at it and it's boring, okay, and it's not engaging at all, then you need to question your skills. Okay, it's only about you sometimes when because you can't make because if your materials, if you yourself think it's boring, then obviously the material is the problem. Okay, but then again, all right, it's also you need to consider that you're teaching many different minds. You have like how many, 20, 30 in your class? Do not beat yourself up. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have done a lot of work, you have done the research, and you think that it is best for your student. Okay, do not beat yourself up. Do not doubt that my material it's bad. Okay, sometimes, yeah, I admit I have really boring stuff. Okay, but sometimes it's necessary. Okay, because like for example me, I'm teaching an exam year. My specialty is an exam preparation. That's my expertise. I'm very good in preparing students for exams, for final exams. That's why I only teach year 11, which is the final exam, the big exam. All right. So I cannot beat myself up because some materials, they have to go through it. It's boring as hell, but they need to do it in their exam. So that is boring. So you need to acknowledge as boring that you tell your students, okay, guys, we are going to do something quite dry today, but we're going to have a game later. Just motivate them a little. They will look forward to it. They will understand. Okay. Now, on the other side, it's that you shouldn't beat yourself up. Okay. No, you are teaching 30, 20 students of different mind. They have different interests. You shouldn't beat yourself up. So don't worry about that. Okay. That's my response to the first one. The second stakeholder, the school. All right. That's why, remember, just now we talk about non-teaching related. Okay, so those are the areas where you're supposed to voice out in meetings to actually show to school that you are good. Now, how do you do that? Your branding. If the school, if you are able to show to your school that you are indispensable, they cannot do without you. For example, guys, I am indispensable. I'm not scared of getting fired because I am only one of the few teachers who specialize in exams. Okay, my school, they will give all the exam years to me. So I'm not afraid. Okay, and the school will definitely support me because I'm also writing my own book. Okay, now this is not my own book. My book is still in progress. Okay, but I'm writing a book. A teacher who writes book, a teacher who trains in public speaking, a teacher who trains in IELTS. Oh, by the way, I teach IELTS as well. Okay, so a teacher who teaches IELTS, I am actually required in A levels as well. I can teach a lot of things. If you can show the school that kind of support that you can give value to the school to retain their students, I'm sure the school will be able to support as you as well. So you need to think about how much you can put on the table to show them that, hey, I can do this, you cannot do without me, and you need to support me when I need help. So I think that's the only way that you can go up, because at the end of the day, the school will not help you if you are not able to help them. I believe that's how it is in the capitalistic world. I hope I answered that question.
Well, we're waiting for your book. Hopefully it can publish soon.
Watch my YouTube, okay? I'll definitely.
Okay, thank you. By the way, is there any further questions or commentaries from the participants?
Tak ada, Pak.
It's same
presentasi from I think I don't have any question, but presentation from presentation from Mr. Khan is sungguh berkesan for us today.
Thank you very much, guys, for having me. Don't remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Perhaps there is no further question or commentaries from the audience. Kyle, we will ask your concluding remarks, let's say, or your further commentaries about this seminar, let's say.
Oh,
Yes,
guys, I'll leave you with my personal email. If you ever want to connect with me personally, you want to ask me any question, that's my email in the group chat. You can write it down, and then otherwise you can see me on YouTube. I think I'm on Facebook as well. You can look me up. You can definitely have a very prolonged chat in this area of growth mindset or any other areas in regards to teaching. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. I'd like to say, personally, as the representative committee and also as the moderator for this seminar, for myself, I'd like to say thank you, salutation for both Mr. Bhakti, Pak Bhakti, and also Mr. Kyle. And go on to the host. Hello, the committee and the host. Okay. By the way, Kyle, your book talk about what is topic of your book? Talk about what?
At the moment,
is there sedikit rahasia gitu tentang topik bocoran.
I am actually.
I don't know. Bocoran in Melayu, what is name?
Bocoran.
Leak.
Yeah. Some leak. Some preview about my book. The currently that I'm working on is a exam book. It's an IGCSE exam book for first language English. But after that, I'm thinking of writing things like psychology. I love psychology, guys. So I'm writing on psychology. I'm writing about teachers training as well. But that one I think will not be out until next year.
Okay. Thank you for having this presentation, Kyle. It's nice, and also Pak Bhakti. Thank you for presentation.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, yeah. Well motivated, let's say. Okay, we are waiting for the host of this seminar. For next agenda or next schedule.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Thank you for Mr. Kyle and Dr. Amas Bayaki for delivering our insightful material. Okay, I want to remind you to all audiences to don't forget to exit form, to fill the exit form to get some. Okay. Okay. So we got in the end of the agenda, last agenda is closing. We will say thank you to our speaker, Mr. Kaitem and Mr. Bhakti Abdullah Putra, and don't forget our moderator, Dr. Ahmad Bayaki, and OKES, and all participants which contributing in this event.
From the depth of my heart, I do apologize if there's a mistake in hosting this event.
Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Foto lagi.
Is there any photo session?
Yes. To all audiences,
no.
We have a documentary session again for the last time. So, everyone, open your camera and smile to the camera to the documentary session in this agenda.
Okay. Open your camera, ya, not open your mouth.
Down. Hitung 1, 2, 3. Okay. Everyone, open your camera, and I'm gonna count. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Again. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3.
Wait. Well, thank you, Mr. Kyle, Pak Bakti. Such a nice presentation. See you next, inshallah. Pak Bakti.
Thank you. Terima kasih semuanya.
Thank you very much, guys.
Terima kasih untuk para peserta seminar dan terima kasih kepada para seluruh anggota keluarga Bem Fkip Untirta yang telah menyelenggarakan seminar internasional pada kali ini. Dan jangan lupa untuk mengisi absensi yang sudah tertera di link grup WhatsApp dan di text box Zoom. Kami selaku Master of Ceremony pamit undur diri.
Mantap, Bem Fkip. Respect.
If you happen to be in Tangerang, Pak Ahmad, kalau ke Tangerang, yeah, see you around UPJ.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Yeah, and also Mr. Kyle, I hope if the border is already open, so I can visit Malaysia again.
I'm actually waiting to get out of the country as well. I would love to visit you guys. But thank you so much for today. I look forward as well. Please let me know that if you guys are coming back to coming to Malaysia.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. I'm gonna leave the meeting right now. It's really a great pleasure to see to know the both of you and everyone else in the room. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ya, Pak Ahmad, saya live juga ya, Pak ya.
Ya, sama-sama.
Ke Tangerang, Pak. Kalau ke Tangerang, saya ke adalah di UPJ, di Bintaro.
Bintaro ya?
Bintaro ya, Pak.
Allah.
Nah, ya. Mari, Pak Ahmad. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.